let's see what's going on Twitter. We did, what's it called? TikTok last time. Let's see, let me just get the chat up here. Let me share this to y'all in the Discord. Alright, let's get this set. There's always stuff to do when you're live. You gotta send it to everybody. Boom. Let's do share. Alright, no, let's do that. Live right now. Boom. And we'll take that. Copy the link to Discord. Tag all y'all. Now. Alrighty then. So we will see what is good. Let's head back here. And so, yeah, like last time, this is a stream where it is me and you, and we're hanging out and having a conversation. But I figured let's see what's going on with the news. So we'll head to Twitter. And following, of course, new posts. What do we got? I guess I'll keep myself up here. And, I feel comfortable with this. Some of you can't do this, because y'all be watching weird stuff. So you gotta be careful, but, hopefully I don't jinx myself. But I'm pretty good just scrolling through Twitter. Oh, I thought that looked dirty, but we're good. Nothing so far, huh? What do we got? What is with all this anime stuff? What is going on? What is all this? Should we go to following? Alright, just try the new Grok app in my Tesla for the first time.
Hey Grok, tell me about the Tesla Diner.
The Tesla Diner in West Hollywood, California, is a retro-futuristic spot combining a classic American diner with a...
Okay, that's pretty basic. Oh, Jesus.
Company whose name is... Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's...
Fascist propaganda? What, a picture of Sydney Sweeney?
So really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
Oh my goodness, how dare you!
Like, that is Nazi propaganda. Should we be surprised?
What isn't Nazi propaganda to you people?
You can't be liberal anymore. You gotta go further left than the Democrats right now. They've given up on us. We gotta move. Because liberals are such fucking losers. I can't be part of that bullshit. They're such pussies. Liberals, like when Republicans get mad, they form a militia and storm the Capitol. When liberals get mad, they knit a hat that says, "Fuck Trump." It's just so embarrassing. Liberals still think art...
Shout out to Caleb Clay. That is exactly what I say all the time when people try to be like, well, the Nazis did that. Hitler had a dog. That doesn't mean that everybody who has a dog is a Nazi. Welcome to the party.
Art is powerful. Isn't that so embarrassing? Like, my poetry will stop fascism. Like, buy a fucking gun or shut up. I'm done. But, like, I was talking to my friends, and they were like, I love the Kendrick Lamar.
All right. Let's see what's actually on the timeline. For fuck's sake, Abdul, don't affect the... But good advice. I guess, should we go? Oh, Jesus.
I am on my way home from the April 5th protest, and I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, don't turn the music off while you're recording a video. It's not like we actually want to hear what you have to say. I'm sure we don't, but you didn't think that.
Okay, so I am on my way home from the April 5th protest, and I'm telling you right now, I had so much freaking fun. It was so fun. I got to yell like at the top of my lungs. I love the chant that we did. It was, oh God, I can't even remember right now. I'm just sorry. I'm like so hyped up.
I can't. I mean, these people vote. These people vote. What do we got here? It's about my husband in the 80s. Okay. Twitter's been, you know what? I mean, X has been, slacking. TikTok is the way to go. What do we got
I
here?
would say right now, 95% chance that you have major heavy hitters indicted within 6 months. And that's a very safe bet. So mark this down. We'll see if I'm right again.
Nope. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Whether he's talking about Epstein or he's talking about the Russiagate, I don't think anybody is going to get in any trouble for anything.
Oh, because, just because you're fox hunting and your beagles are on the fox cornered in a hole and you think they're going to get it, I mean, it might still slip out. But just because you got a 100-pound fish up to your boat in the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, and it's almost up to it, and you got the gaff hook out, it ain't the boat yet, but I'm saying there's a fishy. They're trying to catch it, and they got a hook in its mouth.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. Oh, Jesus. POTUS spit facts. We will not allow a windmill to be built in the U.S. They're killing us. Let's see.
And the other thing I say to Europe, we will not allow a windmill to be built in the United States. They're killing us. They're killing the beauty of our scenery, our valleys, our beautiful plains. And I'm not talking about airplanes. I'm talking about beautiful plains, the beautiful areas in the United States. And you look up and you see windmills all over the place. It's a horrible thing. It's the most expensive form of energy. It's no good. They're made in China, almost all of them. When they start to rust and rot in 8 years, you can't really turn them off. You can't bury them. They won't let you bury the propellers, the props, because there's a certain type of fiber that doesn't go well with the land. That's what they say. The environmentalists say you can't bury them because the fiber doesn't go well with the land. In other words, if you bury it, it will harm our soil. The whole thing is a con job. It's very expensive. And
Yeah. Tell us about Epstein. Tell us about Epstein. Isabel Moody says, so proud of Timcast. I really thought he kept the yarmulke under the beanie. What did he do? What did he do that was anti-Israel, or what? You're just gonna drop that? Come on, lady. See, I'm telling you guys, this is not where it's at.
For a long time.
We better head over to TikTok, because that's where it's at.
The Europeans have been critical of Israel for decades, and there's been anti-Semitism in Europe for a long time. The Israelis hate them with a passion. They hate Spain. Why do they hate Spain? Because Spain did the Inquisition. That's why they hate Spain. They still talk about it to this day. They hate France. Why? Because France burned the Talmud. They hate Germany because of the Nazis.
I can't. This stuff is just boring. We go over to TikTok, and it's just way more interesting.
So today, we're going to talk about the scariest drug of all time.
Come on, bro.
Acid, aka LSD, is by...
Shout out.
You have to unprogram yourself and think who...
Shout out to LSD. Tell me some LSD. Let's see what he's got to say.
Far the scariest substance I've ever used in my life. 10 times worse than edibles, 5 times worse than shrooms. I don't think I've ever had such horrifying moments with any other substance. LSD is a
horrifying in the best possible way.
It makes you hallucinate. It can make you see things that aren't there. It can convince you of things that aren't true. It could change the whole way you look at life. I got introduced to acid when I was about 19, 20 years old. My boy was a musician, and he always told me that acid would unlock the secrets of life. And he sounded so convincing. Acid usually comes on a little piece of paper, like this big. So when I first seen it, I'm like, there's no way this could be that strong. And boy, was I wrong. My first trip was crazy. You couldn't tell me that I didn't have life figured out. The reason why I say it's the scariest drug of all time is because the hallucinations that you have feel so real. I remember it was me and 3 of my homies. We all decided to trip this day. We all popped the tab and decided to hop in traffic. So as we driving, it started to really kick in. My boy, I'ma call him Jay. He's like, yo, bro, you see what I'm seeing? I'm like, nah. He was pointing to our other men. He was like, yo, bro, he don't look different to you. So we called his name out. I'ma call him K. K's in the front seat with a hoodie on. He like, yo, K, yo, tell me that's you, bro. K like, what are you talking about? He like, bro, as soon as you look to the side like this, all I seen was a horse head under your hoodie. K like, what? I'm tripping so hard. When K turned his head, I literally started to see a horse head under
under this hoodie. Scariest shit I ever seen in my life. And it's crazy because a lot of people feel like this is like this higher level of consciousness. And I did too for the longest. I realized I was just...
It is. You might be just high, but that ain't just high.
High. I wouldn't recommend acid to nobody. I've heard of people using...
I would recommend... I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. All I've got to say is that the first time I did acid, I was like, oh, everybody should try this. The second time I did acid, I was like, oh, if you haven't tried acid, you ain't living. Guess you guys ain't about the fucking troll, eh?
At one time, and
you would not believe how much the smallest amount of clout improves your chances with women. I've had more social media growth in the last 3 months than I probably have in all of the previous time combined. For the record, there is a lot of good things that come with that. There's a lot of really fucking terrible things that come with it too. Like, I'm not that big of a creator. I've had several people try to dox me, but I digress. Not the point of the video. The cliche of people hitting you up after you are like perceived as more famous or like perceived as, I don't know, I guess higher value or something. It's hard to overstate how real it is and how strange it is because none of this actually means anything. When you have what people perceive as a large following, there are a few strange things that come from that. Yes, there.
It doesn't even have to be a large following. I have not even 5,000 subscribers on this channel, and people hit me up thinking that like I'm famous. Like I'm just some dude. I'm some dude.
Or the DM, which sometimes are nice, and sometimes you can use to your advantage. Not in a shitty way, but people also like trust you more implicitly for some reason. Like the parasocial relationship is way stronger than you expect. People will sometimes let you into things for free. Like they'll just let you into concerts and like it's just, I don't know, man. This is like a really
I have not reached that level just yet.
Strange thing that I'm still trying to figure it out, but it just it's confusing to me being in the middle of this where I don't know how to word it. It's like I am more valuable now because of a number on the internet, and it's fucking crazy.
So today we're going to talk about the
Hey, my boy back again.
prescribed drug of them all, Adderall. Adderall is a medication prescribed to treat ADHD, but it's an amphetamine. It's only a couple molecules different from meth. Out of all the pills I used to buy, Adderall was always the easiest to find because they prescribe them to everybody, and a lot of them people don't use it or need it. They also prescribe Adderall to children. It's supposed to help them study, help them focus.
Y'all know about Adderall. Y'all know what's good with Adderall.
Okay, the comments like this are also killing me because what kind of men...
Hose test. You gotta do it. If you don't understand it, you gotta do the hose test. Go outside, go to a friend's house, put the hose in between your legs, and have your friend randomly, right? You say, oh, I'm ready to pee. And then you...
Shout out B-Lion. We just chilling, just scrolling through what is good.
Your friend...
Hello?
Hello?
Sky?
Yeah?
America, please get me out of this place! I'm tired! I'm losing my
Septum theory. Septum theory isn't a theory, it's a fact.
Septum theory is not a theory. It is a fact. It's septum facts. I was
every single time.
Just talking about this morning too. Women with septum piercings have mental issues. She didn't get that because she was mentally sound, because she thought it would make her feel more confident in herself to improve her life in any way. She got it because she's insane. Leave the septum pierced girls alone.
Shout out DJ Ujins. You already know the fatigue is real.
That hard. It doesn't even look good. There is a direct correlation between mental instability and a septum piercing. It's just a precursor face test. Have you ever seen someone with face tests and thought, well, they look like they'd make for a great friend or employee? No! Stay away.
I mean, maybe once or twice, but it's the exception that proves the rule.
The reason why so many men believe that they've been falsely accused is because they just don't understand consent. There is a large population of men who believe that coercion is not grape. Coercion is grape, and no, she didn't falsely accuse you, you graped her.
I'm a white liberal woman, so I'm gonna speak for men, because I don't know a fucking thing.
There was this one time I broke up with a liberal woman from TikTok. She's like a semi-famous women's energy coach, and she was a total fucking narcissist, right? Flew her down to Dallas. She lived in my penthouse for a couple weeks, but she started to do like the controlling spiritual manipulation shit, and I caught it early.
That's where you messed up. That's where you messed up. You should not be flying girls out to just stay if you don't know. That is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
I broke up with her. So she moved in to a friend of mine's house without their permission, saying that I was kicking her out when I offered to buy her a flight back to Minnesota where she was from. I'm like, is Saturday a day that I can fly you back? Is that a good day for the ticket? And that's when she just calls my friends, starts bawling, oh, he's kicking me out, I need a place to stay, right? So she moves into their house without permission. Then she tries to like get in between their relationship so that way the woman would break up with the guy and kick the guy out so she could be like living with that girl and like.
Oh, and I'm sure your friends were so happy that you brought this woman into their lives.
That was her survival mode bullshit. And then after that didn't work, she tried to make a video claiming that I stole $4,000 from her somehow. She didn't have a dollar to her name, and put that all over the internet. Even some famous influencer from Turkey reposted that. And then there's another girl on TikTok at the same time, because I do men's mental health stuff and I do a lot of comedy. Some chick tries to make a video claiming that I'm a child molester. Hey, and so I reposted her video and posted a link to her Etsy account showing who the woman was. And then she tried to gaslight me into claiming I'm.
Moral of the story: women be nuts. DJ Hudson said face tattoos and piercings are a clear sign something is or was wrong, but that's never an excuse to condemn. But to be cautious is a good idea. Yep, I completely agree. Shout out to Indie Film. Welcome to the party. All right, now that you're here, let's go back to Twitter, because I wanted to go through Twitter. You know, we did TikTok the other night, but I don't know. It's just it's not the same. But let's see. I'll do it for you because I know that you don't love TikTok. Shout out to BB. Welcome to wrong one. Welcome to the party. All right, let's see. We'll start in with the first video that catches us. And then we'll go videos from there. For 14,000 years, we were cursing the Jews and Christians in our prayers, calling for the destruction of their countries, praying for the enslavement of their women's. What? Nope, skipping that. I need English, sorry. What do we got? Oh, shout out to Brandon Straka of the Walk Away campaign.
Do you hear that, Tehran Mamdani? New York City is coming for you, not in our city. We will not allow democratic socialism, not in New York.
How do you guys feel about Mamdani?
Immigrants built this country. No, they didn't. Settlers did. Well, settlers were immigrants. No, they weren't. Immigrants come to a developed nation looking for opportunity. Settlers go to an undeveloped land and create opportunity. That's very different. You're splitting hairs. No, I'm splitting facts from delusion. Settlers had no infrastructure, no government, no roads, no welfare, no economy. People who immigrated here later on did not come to build it from scratch. Well, but immigrants still contribute. Yeah, totally. If they come here legally, if they bring value.
Just like... Oh, god damn it. Sorry. Hold on. We'll open this one.
If they assimilate.
Nope. Hold on.
Yes, they can contribute a lot, but don't try and rewrite history.
But super facts that what is DJ Hutchins said, everybody's an immigrant. No one has what? And I disagree. There's absolutely a difference between an immigrant and a settler. If somebody comes to a land that has not been settled or developed, and they develop that land, that is a different thing to going somewhere that's already built to try to extract resources from them. It's the same type of thing of like women who are willing to date a guy while he's got nothing and build up with him, versus the women that are just going to wait at the finish line for the winners. Facts. Shout out to Macadon said Tramp is immigrant. I don't know what that means. DJ said a true original land, it's all subjective. I mean, I do agree it's all subjective, but what's not objective is that there was not a society here before the Europeans got here. Shout out to Hershey. Welcome to the party. And shout out to your brother. Welcome. That's what I do, BB. Let's dive back in. Oh, they kicked me out after that? Alright, so we'll keep it moving.
Sleeping again.
What was that? Hold up.
Sleeping.
Wait, this is what? Another guy in Cincinnati assaulted by black men. Start strapping up, white people, lock and load. Now, I don't necessarily agree with the sentiment, but you cannot be mad at the fact that people are starting to think this way. I used to think that this is unrealistic. What is that from? Do you guys know what that's from? Any Film said, I come from settlers, pre-revolution, and immigrants circa 1912. Well, salute ya. A first-generation American. My parents weren't born here. We got Brandon Murphy. Welcome. Said, Brandon Straka is a hero that can't be replaced. Wish there were more of him. Thinking something's brewing. It's what Dan Bongino said about the docs. I hope it all happens. I agree. That being said, I'm not holding my breath. I've lost so much faith in the entire, just MAGA movement and the establishment. I'm just not holding my breath. This is why I don't go to downtown Cincinnati anymore. I used to hang out at a club in the worst part of town in the 90s, but there were no mobs jumping people like this. That's what liberal policies do. Let's dive back in.
The easiest and quickest way to test someone's intelligence is to make a generalized statement about a group. Say something like, Asian men are shorter on average.
As an Asian man, that is Hulk gone? What do you mean is Hulk gone? Who's Hulk?
And if they say any variation of not all Asian men are short, or I know a tall Asian guy, you are dealing with someone genuinely low IQ. This
is the same kind of thing as, how would you have felt if you didn't eat yesterday? And you're like, I did eat yesterday. People, you have to be able to recognize when you're in the presence of somebody who's just not as smart as you.
Proven that they aren't intelligent enough to understand abstract ideas like a statistical average or per capita. Why else would they think it's so profound to bring up an exception? They literally cannot understand abstracts, and no attempt at rationalizing or explaining yourself will increase their IQ. I wish I knew who wrote that, but it's just some screenshot of a random Reddit thread. But one thing I'll add to that is that sometimes people use this exception technique, not necessarily because they're dumb, but because they know you're going down a path in an argument where they're going to lose, so they just want to obfuscate the facts and basically derail the conversation entirely.
We know all about semantic obfuscation. And shout out to Matthew King. Welcome to the party. Let's try a few more videos on X, but I kind of feel like TikTok is better. We'll see. Going back to X, even though this is a TikTok video. An important thing for those of you who are TikTok haters. You may feel like you have an idea of what TikTok is because you've seen a bunch of TikTok videos, but you don't. Because all you're seeing are TikTok videos that other people have been fed by the brilliant algorithm and then are resharing them. Your own algorithm would be different. That's just my TikTok PSA.
Eliminated bullies from schools, right? And it's worse now because there used to be like a cycle, a circle of life. There was balance in the universe because it was bullies and nerds, and they kept each other in check. But we've removed all the bullies, and it's gotten way worse, okay?
Facts.
It's only nerds now. School shootings have gone up since we've removed bullies.
It definitely wasn't the jocks.
That's just the truth, and I'm going to tell you, all right? And you know what that tells me? Bullies never did school shootings. It's been nerds the whole time, dude. You know how I know nerds are doing school shootings? Who writes a manifesto, dude?
Facts. Hey, Matthew, I did not know that you were a fellow TikToker. You should follow me on TikTok. TikTok is great, and when you see your algorithm is, going off a little bit, you can search one or two things and you bring that shit right back. Or if you see, like, there was a time when my algorithm was feeding me like a podcast setup of like a guy and a girl doing like Reddit Am I the Assholes? And I like listened to one and I was like, this is cool, whatever. But then it kept feeding me more and more and more and more of them. And like, I just learned, okay, if I keep watching this, it's going to show me more. So I just scrolled past a few of them, and now I get them every once in a while. But that TikTok algorithm knows what's good.
I know a lot of immigrants personally, and they're perfectly nice people. They're black, of course, which is a shame. Honestly, some of them can do some jobs almost as well as white people, and we acknowledge this. Now, a lot of immigrants are Indians and Pakistanis, for instance, and I like curry. But now that we've got the recipe, is there really any need for them to stay?
Hey, yo! Hey, yo! I was born here, motherfucker.
We've been through much.
We ain't been through shit. Who is we? They, the nigga, have been through shit. The nigga ain't been through nothing. He got free education. He got to go skating. He got to say, you white people. He got to talk back to the police. The nigga never had that. It's not the same. Give a fuck what you say, nigga.
I want to ask you a
One
question.
of them
Why do you...
people
Oh, wait.
in bondage and enslaved. Another
Pause.
is a group.
Why do you think my hair looks all frizzy like this? You think it's just because it was a nice day out, or maybe it's because I just washed my hair? Oh, and it lost the video. See what you did? See what you did? Sean, you think you thought you had something. You thought you were, oh man, your hair's so dirty. I literally, it is still wet from watching it. What do we, oh, this is live. What do we got here? My church today. Don't care about that.
The Canadian government is so corrupt to the bone, it's disgusting. Recently, the government's website has updated, offering 2S LGBTQ citizens from other countries, refugees, full expense paid first year in Canada. We as a country are offering to pay.
I'm going to be honest, that's not surprising at all, and that's why Canada is a shithole.
Women weren't allowed to have credit cards until, I think, 75 or 76.
Women were not allowed to have credit cards.
In this country, until 75 or 76, you couldn't have a credit card.
That was a good law.
R.I.P. Ozzy! R.I.P. Ozzy! That was a good law. Shout out to Ozzy. Shout out to Ozzy. Shout out to your fave blondish. If you say rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, I will sub to you. Well, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Both of them, right? And that shit always happens in threes. So keep your eyes posted. Somebody else is about to kick the bucket.
beta testing the buyer app for about a month now. Taking it into grocery stores and learning a lot.
Shout out to your favorite blondish. Thank you for the sub. And hey, if you guys don't mind, please hit that like button. It really does help out.
So you can't scan fresh produce yet. If it's got one of the little stickers, that's not a barcode. Can't scan that, unfortunately.
Have you guys heard of this buy app? I don't know what this is.
But any produce that's in a package that's like a single item that has a barcode like this, pretty much all those you can scan, and it will figure out, actually, which is kind of wild. Thinking about it, loading the product. It's a new product, Nature's Sweet, Constellation. Sick, new product discovered. You can tap this research button. For tomatoes, there's not a lot of information. It's just tomatoes, only ingredient, one natural ingredient. But you hit the research button, and it starts.
Okay, that, I mean, you know, word up for you guys if you're into that. I'm not really a health freak, but. So, like, this is the kind of stuff that you might find easily on TikTok, but we moving on. Hey, yo! Hey, yo! What was that? I feel like if we watch any more of this, it's going to be racist. Online shopping at an all-time high, not because it's convenient, because you can avoid diversity. Hello. Coming soon to your local Walmart. Why? Who is this helping? Who is this helping?
Living around white people is not a human right. You don't get to live with us all the time, all right? This is our country that we built.
Okay. Before we get here, I am not a big fan of Myron Gaines. But I was born here, Myron, so I don't give a fuck what color my skin is. This is my fucking country just as much as yours.
Yeah, white immigrants built this country, thank you. Read the Naturalization Act of 1790.
No, it's the truth. This country was founded...
Hey, shout out to United. Welcome to the party. So this is Johnson's Great Society. I wish I knew more about that specifically to make a comment. But yeah, we also got Stan the Man in the building. Crazy Apes, I'm going to assume... You know what? Let's just keep it moving.
By white Protestant.
And yes, I understand that you don't get to live with us all the time, all right? This is our country that we built.
First of all, come on. First of all, this dude didn't build shit. Look at the shape of him.
People is not a human right. You don't get to live with us all the time, all right? This is our country that we built. Yeah, white immigrants built this country, thank you. Read the Naturalization Act of 1790.
No, it's the truth. This country was founded by white Protestant.
And yes, I understand that black people have been a part of this country since the beginning.
Yup.
Because of slavery, and I'm not
I think the girls
slavery.
over there don't like what you're saying.
And I know that, yeah.
That's such a Myron Gaines type of answer. Why don't you, because this is the same thing. He was on some stream or some X space with a bunch of, and he kind of thought that, like, oh, he was in with them, and they would have, like, they thought of him as one of the good ones. And it's like, no, why do you think you get to stay here, according to the white supremacists? Even though, Myron, you're talking about the Jews, and you're talking about black people, and you're talking about this, you're still not white. I wish Myron had the balls to be like, hey, yo, fuck you, I'm an American. I've done more for this country than you have. And he just don't have those balls. But let's see what he's got.
Yeah, and the logical consequence of slavery is that, you have these people displaced in this country. And, at the time, maybe the better choice should have been to just send them back to Africa. Because clearly,
I'm from India, motherfucker. But yeah, exactly, Matthew. I'm sure he built that the entertainment system. He set up his Xbox.
they can't integrate in a proper society and live with us without just murdering each other in the streets. So it really kind of makes you think, well, now, it's baked in now. What can we do about it? And, some people I watch Nick, like Jason Whitlock. He had the thing with Jason Whitlock, where Jason Whitlock says, oh, well, if they're just Christian, man, then, things would be different. But then you look at countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo. That country's 95% Catholic, roughly. And they have one of the highest murder rates in the world. And
it's almost like Christianity isn't some perfect answer to everything.
Their country's it's a failed state. And it just really makes you think, it's not a culture issue, it's not socioeconomics, it's not religion, then, what is it?
Yeah, no,
Culture.
I mean, IQ does play a huge...
The culture. Very clearly and obviously, it's the culture. And you can easily misconstrue that and make it just about skin color. And within America, there is clear patterns of different races. But to act like that's that inherent, it's not surprising at this point. But what did you think all the Black Lives Matter type shit was going to bring?
Huge role in it. Speak up about it. He speaks up about it, and then we got black girls that are laughing at him. But, when they kill a black man, y'all are rioting all over the place and burning cities down, and nobody says anything to you guys. So I think he has a right to be pissed off. I was pissed off when I saw it.
But again, Myron, he's saying, you, Myron, don't belong here. And your response to that is, well, yeah, I guess. That's some beta shit.
And I just have kind of a follow-up to that. I just have a follow-up to that. You talking about this as kind of like a socioeconomic thing, a culture thing. Well, if that's true, why have the crime rates kind of stayed the same since the 60s, since the civil rights movement even? Before rap music, speaking on that rap music, why doesn't rap music make white people go just murder people in the streets? Is this a culture thing, or is this just simply a race issue?
I think it is definitely a culture issue.
There's a couple things. Now, this is going to be very controversial, but it's an IQ thing, too. Yeah. It's an IQ thing. And
yikes. I mean, Myron, you're just not capable of having this conversation. Matthew says, you can claim to be Catholic, but if you can't understand the teachings, then are you really Catholic? I personally would say no, but a lot of you Christians would disagree with that and say, as long as you accept Jesus in your heart, then, you get to do whatever you want. I don't know. It's that's a whole can of worms. Moving on.
You should become a Christian. Shortly after moving here.
Oh, conveniently. We've got, what's his face? Tristan Tate.
I challenge any atheist to walk around Romania and just insult Jesus Christ to the normal Romanian man. People say, oh...
Yet another person who thinks that atheism entails having an open hatred for Christianity or religion in general. And that's just not the case. It is just the lack of a God belief.
If you insult the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Muslims will punch you in the face. Go and do that in Romania and insult Jesus. The Romanians stand for something. And I saw how Christianity holds this country together. You couldn't wear that watch in London. Walking around London with that watch and no bodyguards could be a death sentence. You could get as drunk as you like by yourself in any bar in Bucharest with that watch on and no one's going to steal it from you. The Romanian people are good people, and Christianity is what helps hold the society together. And I fell back...
Oh, so there's no Church of England in the UK? I mean, come on, man. I agree that at least 60% of Christians have no clue how to practice Christianity. Yet, those of you who feel this way about those Christians will lump those Christians in with yourself when you talk about how everybody's Christian. Convenient, eh?
Back into Christian.
You want to know what's some of the most incredible gaslighting, dare I say, brilliant strategy from the woke left? I grew up. Gays and lesbians were oppressed. My own father's gay. He was so oppressed and repressed his sexuality that he actually got married and had 3 kids. And thank God he did, because if he wasn't so repressed, I wouldn't be here, So I actually have to thank homophobia back in the day a little bit for my existence. It's a weird thing to thank people for, but...
Dilly-dilly. The homophobia. Shout out to Kelly Green in the building. Welcome to the party. Confucius say, don't come on me, that's gay. Yikes. Good one. Any fellow said to be fair, London's maybe not 100% Christian anymore. Well, but that's exactly my point. That's precisely my point. That there is a Church of England. That is their official religion. And yet, that doesn't really amount to anything. Because all of these other religions, namely Sharia law Muslims, are just coming in and doing whatever. So clearly, there needs to be something stronger.
I love my life. Thank people for it, but I love my life. I wouldn't be making this video if my dad was able to be himself. But he suffered, as did a lot of gays and lesbians back then, and so I always have been passionate about that. But, he wasn't treated.
So a pro-choice judge in New Hampshire just gave unborn children federal rights.
What? Good. The right to life is a good thing that all humans should have. But something tells me she's going to be mad about it.
Yeah, the same people who scream, my body, my choice, just walked into a federal court and asked a judge to protect unborn babies under the Constitution.
Yep. Their body, their choice. My body, my choice. Your body, your choice. Isn't that y'all's slogan?
Let's go ahead and break this down. So a class action lawsuit was filed to block Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship for kids born to illegal immigrants. And the plaintiffs argued that it would cause irreparable harm to the unborn children of those immigrants, so they needed that legal protection right now. And Judge Joseph Laplanti said, yeah, sure. So he certified the case, and it explicitly includes unborn children in it. That means that for the first time ever, in a federal courtroom, unborn babies were granted legal standing under the 14th Amendment.
All this fight for giving rights to immigrants, you incidentally gave right to the unborn immigrants. And when you give rights to unborn immigrants, you sure as shit gotta have rights for unborn Americans. I mean, good job, liberals. You can't make that up. No matter what they fight for, you can see that it's such bullshit that it will always come back to work against them. That is hilarious. Yeah, we need a deep dive on that. And was the liberal judge? I don't know. I think she named, but let's go back in and see what she's saying.
And what of those immigrants? So
oh, come on. So I don't have anything, but I mean, I'm sure if you just Google this text, inclusion of unborn individuals in the protected class is necessary to prevent irreparable harm before birth. I'm sure that would come up, but that's what we talking about.
Immigrants, so they needed that legal protection right now. And Judge Joseph Laplanti said.
So Judge Joseph Laplanti. So it's U.S. District Court, New Hampshire. Yeah, you guys can find it.
Yeah, sure. So he certified the case, and it explicitly includes unborn children in it.
What a win for science.
That means that for the first time ever, in a federal courtroom, unborn babies were granted legal standing under the 14th Amendment. Woo! And whether the left meant to do it or not, that is a massive pro-life movement win. Because now we have a ruling out there that states that the government cannot harm the unborn because they are considered a person under the law.
And that was the big thing with, just in general, with abortion. The big thing was the fact that the Constitution talks of persons' right to life, not a human's right to life. And so the question of whether or not an unborn child, a fetus, whatever, is a person, now we've got legal precedent, baby. And hey, speaking of the air horn, don't forget, guys, that Morty is here, and every single donation comes with a treat for Morty. Look at him. He's so cute. He's very hungry. Please give him food. All right, let's see what we got.
This isn't just semantics. This is precedent. And now the door is wide open for future lawsuits that protect the unborn, not just in immigration, but all across the board. Woo! And the irony of this all is this didn't even involve a single conservative. These were pro-abortion Democrats that are trying to stop Trump that just accidentally argued unborn children deserve constitutional protection.
And that's what happens when you don't have any values. That's what happens when no principles, you just have positions. Eventually, they will come and overlap, and you will not be able, you just cannot eat your cake and have it too. That is not how it works. Hey, shout out to Guam Tag. Welcome to the party. Very good to see you. We also got Wade Yater, if I'm saying that correctly. Welcome to the party. We want a dog, pet the doggy. Oh, we love to pet the doggy. Oh, such a cute boy. And we got Alinich. That is me. Welcome to the party, guys. Any film that said, so will the Fed end all abortion? Will the pro-life communities, the pro-life communities them out of existence? That's not a sentence, but possibly. That is a pretty strong precedent that unborn immigrant children are persons. I have a very hard time seeing how they would argue that an unborn immigrant is a person under the Constitution and an unborn American is not. I don't see how that works.
Y'all played yourself.
Nigga fatigue is growing.
Excuse me, your child didn't pay for that. I didn't charge him for it.
What you talking about?
The thing in his hand, I didn't charge him for it.
Y'all still a motherfucking thing about this motherfucker.
No, you gotta come back. He gotta come back here and pay for it, or you gotta come back. No, you gotta pay for it. No.
I ain't got time.
Yeah.
I ain't got no reason to steal about it.
Yeah.
I ain't got no reason to steal about it. Don't touch my baby. Don't touch my baby. I'm not with that. Don't touch my baby.
No, give me that. Yeah.
Don't touch him.
No, give me that.
Don't touch my baby.
Give me that. I'm gonna call the police right now.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I don't like racism. But to act like black fatigue is not a real thing? Come on. Kelly said, oh, I feel the fatigue. Context said I conversed with my anti-Trump friend today. Told him I wasn't sold. His messaging sucks. He has the wrong idea about me, and his methods are what led Trump to winning. We're past the shame tactics. Well, dilly to that. That's what you got to do. Just say it with your chest. And when these people realize that you're not afraid of you're racist, you're mean, when they realize that it doesn't do anything to you anymore, then they're going to have to come up with actual policy arguments. And as we are seeing with that last video, they are not able to do that. Eventually, their ideas will flop over onto each other because they don't make sense.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Give me that. Give me now.
This is why people are tired of black people. This selfishness, this entitledness, this I can do whatever the fuck I want with no consequences. People are tired of that shit. And then we've got black women raising the next generation of fucking thieves. What kind of people set this kind of example for their fucking children? I guess this is the most educated demographic that everyone keeps talking about, right? Raising this child to be the next engineer and astronaut America needs, right? We need to continue to be aggressive in calling this out. None of this holding hand shit and trying to beat around the issue. This is a problem we have with our people and a problem that we have within our community.
And I'm not gonna, spend a whole lot of time being like, yeah, I mean, it just came up on the feed, and I agree with it. But to act like it is merely racist to say that, we've just gone beyond that point. We've gotten beyond that point. Shout out to Men's Help Channel. Welcome. Said, one black person is an asshole, and there is black fatigue. A white person commit mass shootings and no white fatigue experienced by anyone. Seriously? Yes. Because what the difference there is that how many white people, of all of the white people, are committing mass shootings? Versus how many black people, of all the black people, are acting exactly like we just saw. Is it everybody? Of course not. Of course it's not everybody. But to act like the percentage of white people who do mass shootings is even close to the same of black people who act entitled and literally steal shit That's insane. It's not the same. If it was the same, then we wouldn't have an issue with school shooters. Now, obviously, we don't want people shooting up schools, but that's a very, 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 very rare thing that we all obviously think is the wrong thing. Clearly, that lady had no problem stealing, showing her kid that she could steal, and being entitled and arrogant about the fact that she was stealing. I'm sorry. These are facts. Psych Tyson, welcome to the party. Matthew said, yes, make sure you hit that like button. Very much appreciated. Quamsek said, we're still friends, talking about the anti-Trumper, but I don't think he has, he has the extent of thoughtful, whoa, what happened? I don't know what happened. We're back. I don't think he has he had a thoughtful bit, firm pushback that he stayed above the nonsense. Conduct yourself that when people slight you, they question their own state. I like that. So Men's Health Channel says they've been spreading COVID-19 because of their personal freedoms, profile, discriminate, and fucking steal from stores. Hell, white women steal more than anyone, and no white fatigue? Okay, then. That's a very good point, that white women have a phenomenon of shoplifting. But when white women shoplift, are they usually causing damage? Or are they just taking a lipstick and a this and a that? Of course, theft is theft is theft. But if you have theft, and then you have theft and violence, what are we talking about? It didn't come out of nowhere. And like I said, I don't like the identity politics at all. I don't like going there. But to act like it's not a thing, it's just denial.
Oh my God!
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but your dress has...
I'm gonna sit down. Oh my God, that is hilarious. I was just talking about how I really did not understand the degree to which black women were using wigs. And like, whatever, I don't care. But I didn't know. And it's stuff like this that's like, oh, okay, well, there you go. Psych Tyson said, I got jumped by a group of 6 black dudes in junior year of high school after a Halloween party. We were sparring with the gloves. I beat 1-on-1, and 5 of his friends jumped me from the crowd. And I think that's a story like that. Like, I'm sorry that happened to you, but like, I think that's anecdotal and small enough to be like, if we were to take only that story and be like, yeah, black fatigue, like, that'd be racist as shit. But the fact is, everybody has a story like that. And it's like, unfortunately, there is a correlation. And you can pretend that the correlation doesn't exist, but it does. Hey, she's a good sport. There you go. Good sport. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right.
That right there has 4 apartments inside. This is the world's thinnest apartment. This right here is the wall. So these are the stairs. The stairs are very vertical. And you have this little rail to hold on to, and trust me, you need that. All right.
You gotta make this more interesting, bro. United said, what what it will do is make it so they must rule that unborn children do not deserve protection. The case will handle two matters at one time. This is set up. Well, I don't see how they could do that. I think if it's already been established that illegal immigrant unborn children are persons under the Constitution, what argument do you have to say that American citizen unborn children are not persons under the Constitution? Yep, brilliant move. All right,
Today we're going to play a game called Hamas or. There is no law against raping your wife. Is this Hamas or the Taliban?
Both.
The Taliban?
The answer was Hamas.
Oh, wonderful.
This law makes it nearly impossible for women and kids to submit claims of incest. Is that Hamas or North Korea?
North Korea?
Hamas. The answer was Hamas.
Wow.
Women of all
but free Palestine
ages legally need a male guardian to travel. Is that Hamas or ISIS?
ISIS.
The answer was Hamas.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Why is this shocking to you?
In an honor killing, it is basically legal for men to murder women and girls if they are promiscuous. Is that Hamas or the Taliban?
Taliban?
The answer was Hamas.
This is a real terrorist organization. They're not freedom fighters. Hamas is just every one of them.
Indeed, it's almost like they're not freedom fighters.
Males should have to contribute just as much to a female's pregnancy if she is going to carry...
True, Matthew, true. Let's run that back.
Males should have to contribute just as much to a female's pregnancy if she is going to carry said thing.
Fair. Let me hold you to that standard then. Time out.
So
Therefore,
I generally agree as well that men and women are both involved in making the child, and so both should have an equal say. Obviously, the woman is the only one that can grow the fucking child, but money wise and all that stuff, I'm right there.
if a woman is going to have an abortion, is it 50% the man's decision?
If we hold males to this responsibility, I believe that they should, at least be able to, have a say. But that is my personal opinion.
Or 20%?
In the end,
yeah, once you open that door, once you say that a man should have some say in whether or not a woman gets it, then the fact of the matter is, the man has a say in whether that woman has an abortion, whether you want to say 10%, 50%, whatever. She was the one that framed it as 10%. Indie Film said the Trump admin can agree that unborn children are humans and say if they were born from illegals, they're not citizens. Yeah, I mean that has been the way everything is played out. That makes perfect sense. That is exactly how the law plays out. Shout out to Sella Saint. Welcome, and CF. Welcome to the party. You said a man should have a say. It takes two to create life. Agreed. Let's see where Charlie takes this.
and it is, I believe that they should, at least be able to, have a say. But that is my personal opinion.
Or 20%?
In the end, it is a female's body, and they have the right to decide.
Is it though? Or is it a fetus's body?
What they do with their body.
Okay, but to just to play that out, if the baby is a baby girl in there, doesn't that baby girl also have a right to decide to her own body?
Yup. Thank you so very much for the likes, guys. I really do appreciate that. It really, really does help.
We're still they can't even make decisions yet.
Exactly. So then isn't it best not to terminate them because they can't make decisions?
Bingo. Sella said part of the say should be taken obviously, and let's not pretend pressure coming from a man isn't usually to abort the baby. That's having say too, not just keep it. Very true. Very, very true. It goes both ways. That if we want to say that a man should have some right in terms of being able to say, I don't want this, then the man should also have the right to, under the law, at least, if we're not speaking morally, just under the law, then it should go the other way as well. Very good point.
You're still not answering my question. How are we supposed to hold the person? Because you just said that pregnancy comes from two people, does it not? And you're supposed to be responsible for your own orgasm.
Yes, I know
correct?
how reproduction works. If your contention is that men should be held more accountable for impregnating women, yeah, of course, the law already reflects a lot of that. That's why child support decisions go 99% against men. Okay, the law is way in the woman's favor. A lot of times it should be,
but a lot of the times in one night stands, that's just like simply like not the case.
Stop having one night stands.
I was just gonna say that. Stop having one night stands.
Like you don't have to have sex. It's not like a thing you need to do.
You said you had sex, and now you have to live with the consequences.
Yes.
So both people should have to live with the consequences.
Yes, and here I am.
So we still haven't gotten an answer of what percentage does the man have a say?
With this radical idea that all of humanity embraced for like 2,000 years, which the best way to live is to get married and then have sex.
I don't even know what this is, and I don't want to see more.
My credit card, I max.
Oh my god. If you guys are not familiar with financial audit, and you feel bad about your financial situation, get ready to feel better.
That out to 4,000. My credit card, I max that out to 4,000.
What do you mean you max it out? Max it out or maxed it out?
I got confused with the credit debt and credit limit. So my parents got me a credit card, and I ended up getting a max credit limit of $8,000. So I could spend up to $8,000. That's what that means, right? Me and my boyfriend, me and my friends, we would go out, and I'd be like, oh, I'll pay for everybody. I got it. I'll spend the money. Don't worry about it. It's just a credit card. So I would pay and pay and pay and pay. And then I called my mom one day, and I wanted her to be proud of me. So it's just like, hey, I've got $4,000 credit on my credit card. And she's like, credit limit or credit debt? I was like, what's debt?
What's debt? Now I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. When I first got a credit card, there was 1 week where I didn't fully understand that you only have that limit. Like, I think I was in high school, and I think it was like a $500, $700 limit. And so I was under the impression that you have a $500 limit. And so as long as you pay the minimum each month, then you reset that 500. And that is how people get into terrible debt, because they'll spend $500 of credit, they'll pay the minimum payment, and then they'll spend another $500. And so that was coming from again, just the notion of like, how are you going this much in debt if it won't even let you spend that much money? But that was 1 week when I was like 14, 15 years old. And then I learned, no, this is how much money you owe.
And she's like, oh, that's bad. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. I thought that was good. And she's like, no, your credit limit at the time, it was 8,000. So I was like, okay, well, the credit limit's 8,000. That's good, right? And she's like, yes, but you were $4,000 in debt. And then they're like, screw it. You're not going to pay this off in time. Give it to me. So my parents took it, and they're still currently paying it off right now.
Wow. 20 years old. So like I said, if you feel bad about your financial circumstances, better. But as Matthew's saying, her parents failed her. United said the minimum payment only covers just over the interest people on many cards now. It's bad. I mean, I was in a situation where I had to put more money on my card than I had in my bank account, but that was like, okay, this is dire straits. We're doing this. We're going into debt. And like, you know, it was a couple $1,000s. And I was like, oh no, a couple $1,000s. As you should be if you're in debt and you don't have money for any amount.
Now, you've seen this video. Watch this.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't come back.
I wonder why your mother was done with you.
Why wouldn't you come back?
So what did you just watch?
We just watched something that's been happening in America for years.
You watched a man go into a liquor store, take what he wanted off the shelves, and walk out without anyone stopping him. This is the reality of Canada. This might seem like a petty crime. It's some guy going to steal alcohol off the shelves. But when you start to add that up in terms of what shoplifting does to a business owner and the amount of money they lose as a result of that.
Just look at Detroit. Just look at Detroit. The reason that petty crime and cracking down on petty crime actually helps crime. Because the people who do the petty crimes are also the people who are going to do the higher up crimes. United said, I know a guy whose wife has a car that is over 30% interest, and she has like 7K on it, and he didn't know. Yikes. She's been using it in secret. Jesus. Matthew said, if $4,000 of debt ruined your life, then I feel bad for you, and changes need to be made. Yeah, I mean, again, like, it's not good to be $4,000 in debt, but if that's going to ruin you, at least over the age of 25. If you're over the age of 25 and $4,000 is going to destroy your life, you fucked up somewhere. You fucked up somewhere. And, hey, I mean, you know, anarchy, we could do worse than anarchy. We could do worse. Just saying.
It is a huge deal. I just got off the phone with a staff sergeant. She said, you know what, Michelle? She said, it's going to show that crime is going down because we actually just stopped charging people because they just get out anyway. Car thieves, shoplifting, crime, it's happening all of the time. It is saying there are no consequences to doing bad things. And that bleeds into every other facet of our lives. A lack of accountability.
Yup. I mean, nothing else to say. Yup. This kid is running for his life. This is fake.
Shut it!
This is fake. This is fake. I sped it up. But this is fake. This is fake as fuck. You won't believe the ending. Fake.
As in the Jewish Bible, that once a woman gets married, her hair becomes holy and it's solely just for her husband. That being written, it's important and actually encouraged to find a wig that mimics your own hair and makes you feel beautiful. And by filling this commandment, God will bless you.
I swear. What you doing with that? What you doing with that, bro?
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs.
Catch it outside.
Yeah, it's important, man.
Let me see. Let me see it.
They're eating the dogs.
Right dead.
Broken down.
You gonna eat here?
Eat here?
Yeah?
Eat here.
You gonna eat here? Yeah? No.
Oh, but that was all made up. That was all made up, right? It was all made up. Yep, and the cats. Scylla said, when you don't crack down hard enough on petty crimes, which Democrat leaders never do, unless it targets black people, it encourages anarchy. That I can agree with.
No.
LGBT is destroying your hippocampus, and I'm going to give you 3 examples how. Number 1, if you look at tax...
I already don't trust this dude, but also I want to hear everything that he has to say.
LGBT is destroying your hippocampus, and I'm going to give you 3 examples how. Number 1, if you look at taxi drivers who use a GPS, their hippocampus shrinks. Why? Because the hippocampus is in charge of memory and learning. So rather than exploring the world, rather than getting lost in a city, you depend on technology, and that shrinks your hippocampus. Number 2 is when you are doing research, rather than going into the unknown and doing things that are difficult, you want comfort. So you ask ChatGPT for every little thing. That makes your pattern recognition centers go lower and your critical thinking skills suck. And
this is a stupid point. ChatGPT is a tool like any other. A hammer is a tool. If you bash yourself with it, you're not going to do well. You're going to damage your hippocampus. But if you build a house, it's a good thing. The people who just go to outsource their thinking to these large language models, yeah, I agree. But to those of us who use it to aid our thinking, that's a good thing. Yeah, there's no more geese left, right? They're eating the ducks. They're eating the geese.
That
What if?
Okay, so this is Scott, the Dilbert guy. This guy literally explained how some people never feel lazy and how to copy them. Okay.
Laziness is a habit of thinking about the cost of things or the effort instead of thinking about the payoff. I'm going to say it again to get a few more heads to explode. What if laziness is nothing but a habit of thinking about the effort instead of thinking about the outcome? What if you could reverse laziness by simply developing a habit of thinking more about the, let's say, the delicious food that you'd like to enjoy instead of how long it would take you to get up and go get it? So, but the real question is, if you were to test this at home and try to see if you can think more about the good outcome and less about the work, would you get it done? Why is it that people have a second child? Why does a woman who goes through this awful childbirth have a second child? Don't they have to explode?
What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, just think about your entire life differently and then everything is fixed. What? Sella said, any tool that's used to build can be used to destroy, but not every tool used to destroy can be used to create, unless you count the creation of destruction as a creative power. I should say, not every tool used to destroy can be used to build. Smart. I like that.
What if?
We've been watching history repeat itself, and this is proof. Watch this.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists
She's hot.
in the United States. It read, when certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic.
Where have we heard that before? Not just the woke left, but the woke right. Wokeness not new, it's just annoying.
And use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. The public mind constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind.
1943 predicting exactly what the left does today. And it doesn't stop there. In 1971, just about 30 years after this video took place, another communist named Saul Alinsky wrote a book called Rules for Radicals. In this book, he said, and I quote, "He who controls the language controls the masses." And
semantic obfuscation. Semantic obfuscation. Have I been telling you guys exactly what's been going on? Back all the way back to 1943.
Quote, "This is not a new tactic for the radical left, but it's so crazy how much this 1943 video in Directive to Communists resembles what we see today in 2025.
This sick piece of garbage, poor excuse for a human trying to sexually assault this woman, but thank God
Whoa, hey, yo. Yeah, we're gonna skip that for YouTube.
If I'm so fat, then why isn't this skinny chair breaking?
Oh my God. Prepare yourselves. I don't know what is coming, but I'm sure. I'm not sure.
If I'm so fat, then why isn't this skinny chair breaking? Explain that to me.
Oh honey, you done did this to yourself. You done did this to yourself. Hey, shout out to true disciple Avery. Welcome to the party. Very good to see ya. Who doesn't love these videos? Welcome. Let's dive back in.
World's strongest chair. It's made a grip to the night. It's on its last legs.
Oh, poor girl. Oh. You did this to yourself, sweetie.
3 days a week, she taught LGBTQ curriculum in her class. How many of those students are excelling in that classroom? Is everybody in that class getting A's in math, English, grammar?
That chair bill Ford tough.
Social studies? That we can dedicate 3 days a week to teach 8-year-olds about sexual orientation? I don't care what kind of sex is being discussed. The word sexuality, nudity, does not belong in the ears in a classroom of 8-year-old kids. And when a parent showed their concern, what does this teacher do? Completely disregards and goes behind the parent's back trying to find ways of how to continue these lesson plans?
Grooving.
You guys want to talk about including all, listening to all, every student matters? Our kids matter too. And we don't want those subjects being taught to children who are just 8 years old.
Hell yeah, leave the kids alone.
Do you guys think trans women...
Okay, I've had a thing. There's a decent amount of stand-up comedy on my TikTok algorithm. We're on X, but there's a decent amount of stand-up comedy on TikTok algorithm. And I found that women are just typically not funny. So we're gonna try. We're gonna give this chick a chance. We're gonna give her a real chance. She's a stand-up comedian. She's on stage somewhere. Somebody hired her. Let's see if she can be funny.
Do you guys think trans women still need to get prostate exams? Yeah. Do you think, like, the doctor plays along? Like, do you think a trans woman walks into the doctor's office and the doctor's like, all right, ma'am. I'm just gonna go ahead and move your balls here.
All right, not bad. I mean, not super creative, kind of, from a female comedian, but it wasn't not funny. All right, I'll give her that. Avery, oh yeah, Sella's seen, I'm going to start calling you Saint instead, because I don't know how to pronounce that word, but I definitely know how to pronounce Saint. So Saint said, I've seen her act, she's funny. Not unfunny, but, you know, kind of lowbrow stuff that I've seen before. But, hey, I laughed, so that's all that matters. Avery said, my only problem with the LGBTQBTLLBLT community is they need to leave the kids alone. Other than that, who cares about your sexuality? Nobody. Nobody does. Shout out to Kitty. Welcome to the party. And he film said, Adam Carolla has done a deep dive on this, and basically comes down to men need to be funny to attract women. Women don't need to be funny to attract a man. And, yeah, it fits. I mean, again, I laughed, but only because she was kind of saying a funny thing that I already agreed with. You know, they talked about clapter. Like, that was a clapter laugh. But, hey, moving on.
I do think that communists and socialists keep trying to implement these systems into countries even when they keep failing time and time again. Is it just because they want power, or they're actually seeking that perfect utopia, or what?
No, it's power.
C.S. Lewis says that it might actually be better to live under greedy robber barons than it is perpetual moral busybodies. He was the robber baron, the person that is motivated by greed or a lust for power. They may at some point have that desire satiated. He goes, but the person that torments you for your own good will do so without end, because they do it with the approval of their own conscience. When I read Gramsci, when I read Herbert Marcuse, when I read Foucault, when I read Simone de Beauvoir, there seems to be a common trend, a disdain for God, because God represents a power and authority outside of themselves, a disdain for objective reality, because God makes objective reality possible. And then there's no objective morality. So if you're rebelling against reality itself, and your goal is to be your own God, you can come up with 1,000 different ways to justify whatever you're doing, to include what you're doing to other people. And if they're the ones standing...
I could go on a whole rant about the irony and projection of this, but I will spare you guys. Shout out to Taylor Tomlinson. She is definitely the exception to the rule. Same bit where she said she knows racism is internalized because she was walking down the street and a black man walked towards her, so she grabbed her purse, even though logically she knows not per se. That is good. That is good. Oh yeah, you did see that. Okay, all right. She's got some clout. Good for her. Good for her.
Have you ever read Richard Feynman's love letter to his wife?
No, I read The Pleasure of Finding Things Out.
Not be able to say this without crying, which is going to be very embarrassing, but I'm going to try. October 17th, 1946. To Arlene, I adore you, sweetheart. I know how much you like to hear it, but I don't only write it because you like it. I write it because it makes me warm all over inside to write you. It is such a terribly long time since I last wrote to you, almost 2 years, but I know you'll excuse me because you understand how I am, stubborn and realistic, and I thought there was no sense to writing. But now I know, my darling wife, that it is right to do what I have delayed in doing, and that I have done so much in the past. I want to tell you I love you. I want to love you. I will always love you. I find it hard to understand in my mind what it means to love you after you are dead. But I still want to comfort and take care of you, and I want you to love me and care for me. I want to have problems to discuss with you. I want to do little projects with you. I never thought until now that we can do that. What should we do? We started to learn to make clothes together. I'll learn Chinese.
I'm sure this moment on this podcast was very deep, but without the context, it doesn't. Nope.
Ultimately, we are talking about
shout out to the Whatever Podcast.
Rating, and you rated yourself an 11, you rated yourself a 10. I'm not particularly inclined to actually rate any of you, but those of you who claim to be a 10 or 11 in your case, there's no 10 sitting at this table.
Is that supposed to hurt my feelings?
I'm not. No, it's like.
Is that supposed to be a big mic drop moment?
No,
like, I'm confused.
No, it's literally just a statement of fact.
It's purely just a statement of fact.
I'm confused because I don't believe that any of us are, walking around saying we need a 6'5" man who's 300 pounds muscle and all that.
Irrelevant, though.
What I'm saying is because I'm being compared to Victoria's Secret models when in reality I don't have any barometer of how I view men attractive.
But you don't get to dictate to the world how attractive or unattractive you are.
Honey. You asked me.
But the question, the sense of the question is like, how am I generally perceived? For example, let me ask all the girls here a question. If a guy who was obese, he was unkempt, didn't groom himself, smoked all day, lived at his parents' house, played video games all day, neck beard, 5'5", if he claimed he was a 10, would you guys co-sign that and just be like, yeah, he's...
It depends. Like, anybody could be a 10. Shout out to George. Welcome to the party. And you know that they would never do that, but they would be happy to say, of course, because all of that does is maintain the illusion to them that all of the things that they said before are actually true, when of course they're not.
He's a 10?
That just makes no sense to me.
I'm not gay myself. I do have one thing in common with gay guys, though. We have the same amount of sex with women. We just diverge at that point. They're dealing with it. I'm crying myself to sleep. You'll get these in a second if you didn't get them. Some of these, they're like joke grenades. You have to tell them and then...
Ironically, we had the female who was not funny, and then we got this guy, the female that was funny, and now we got this guy, doesn't make the cut.
If we can just get Trump in jail and get rid of all of MAGA, stack the Supreme Court, ban voter ID, get rid of the Electoral College, and censor free speech, we can save...
Yeah, but democracy.
Democracy.
Oh my God, he actually said it! If we get rid of democracy, then we can have democracy.
That's what a lot of you fucking liberals sound like nowadays. And I'm not talking about older liberals from the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about the multicolored hair ones that look like Batman villains out of Gotham fucking City.
I don't know. The liberal boomers are pretty bad too.
First off,
they're just not as active on TikTok.
We're not a democracy, so fucking jot that down. We are a constitutional republic, we the people, which means that we are a republic that is governed by the Constitution, which is a foundational legal document that gives the framework for limitations of the government, and more importantly, protects individual rights. Anybody who's ever been to fucking school knows that you put your hand on your heart and you say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, not the fucking democracy for which it stands. It's crazy how fucking crazy the world is right now. And it's only fucking getting worse, so hope you're ready.
Facts. I do not appreciate the guy at the bottom of the screen here who just reposted Homeboy's video like it's his own content. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I just to go pee. What did I miss from the chat here? Let's see what you guys are saying. Why should men do the same for them? I don't remember what that was in response to. Saint says, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but most eyes see beauty in the same finite way. That's just a fact. No shade, but part of perception of beauty is instinctual. The other part is conditioning. Very true. Either way, both are valid when you're in a beauty contest. Well said. Well said. All right, let's dive back in.
And you say,
why isn't he picking up the call? My ringtone. Gay?
I think being Catholic is Christian, but it is pointed out to me many times in the South that they're not the same.
What? What? You trying to tell me that Catholics are not Christian?
In the South, they'll go, oh, are you Christian? I go, yeah, I'm Catholic. Oh, well, we're Christian. Oh, okay. I thought we said the same thing, but I guess not. There are differences. The Christians have a direct relationship with Jesus, and they speak of it like...
I don't care. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you think Catholics are Christians. Put a 1 in the chat. If you think they're not, put a 2 in the chat.
That.
Immigrants built this country.
We go full circle.
A man who lies to himself and believes his own lies becomes unable to recognize truth, either in
We
himself
got Avery with the 1. I don't know what the...
or in anyone else, and he ends up
Denzel
losing
with the
respect
1.
for himself and for others. When he has...
This is weird. I don't know what this is. But yeah, I mean, followers of Christ, right?
They also studied the way gay and straight people talk.
Gay!
Hi,
it's nice to meet you. Would you like to have a drink?
Sounds straight to me.
And it's straight. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Do you want to go have a drink?
Gay.
Gay!
It's okay.
Ow! Ow! Hit me! What the fuck?
Give him another what?
Ow, you little fuck!
All right, note to self: do not try to feed a squirrel. So you will say, wait, 1 or 2. Obviously, Catholics are Christian. Saint said 1 and 2 because Catholics only evangelize on TV. Fair enough. I've seen studies with pictures of symmetrical people, no matter what color or race, and the babies react positively to the symmetrical ones. And other good to know.
what do you do for a living?
Hey, back to our boy, Caleb Hammer.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I just got out of the military a year ago.
You have disability?
Yes.
Okay. What's coming in from that?
From the VA, it's about $4,000.
Yeah. Of course you do, because there's not been one veteran in the history of this entire show that has not been on disability for the rest of their life. I'm totally good with military disability.
What do you guys make of that? What do you guys make of the fact that this guy does like 3 episodes of, looking at people's finances and going through the whole thing, just like 3 times a week? And every single military veteran who has ever been on the show has always had VA disability benefits. What do you make of that? Every saying it's bullshit. Why is it bullshit? Talk to me. What do you make of it?
Disability. We have an interesting fact that we've discovered in the show where we get veterans every other episode almost. There's not been one veteran, many of whom never actually went overseas, who are on disability for the rest of their life. This takes up 2% of the federal budget. 2% of the federal budget. Just that alone, which is chunky. It's like 5.
Damn. I did not know that.
$100 billion a year or something. So I'm not against it. It just seems like, there might be something wrong. What do you, as Mr. Beast?
Yeah,
What do you?
I don't know. What are you guys saying over here? Matthew, you have a good one. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, Avery said it's bullshit. Most of those people shouldn't even get disability. I mean, okay, why? Saint said, I feel like a man who's never served in the military can't judge the government benefits of a man who can. Well, I've never been in the military, so that's why I'm asking other people. So if you have a different opinion, please share it.
Do for a living? Well, as Mr. Beast explains in his somber yet insincere sounding voiceover, we are dealing with real tragedy.
What came next was the worst thing that's ever happened in one of my videos.
The TikTok voice. We are dealing with real tragedy.
As Mr. Beast explains in his somber yet insincere sounding voiceover, we are dealing with real tragedy.
What came next was the worst thing that's ever happened in one of my videos.
The premise of the competition involves a man named Madge, who's tasked with...
Why was that inauthentic to you? I don't understand.
...losing 100 pounds while being locked in a fitness center for half a
locked in, I guess so.
year with limited contact to the outside world. He needed to turn to professional trainer Coach Tyler Wall. While living in near total social isolation for 178 days, Madge was really left
really hamming it up
with nothing else to do and emotionally bond with his trainer. Coach Wall wasn't just...
Oh my god, he's insinuating that Mr. Beast basically groomed him into exercise. Oh my god.
His only ticket out of the dystopian gym prison, he was also his only real friend.
Dude, what is wrong with this guy? What's so funny about this video is you can tell that this guy is so happy that this trainer died, so he gets to virtue signal about how Mr. Beast is the bad guy. The entire thing is a sensationalized mess.
Throughout the entire process, the challenge had the makings of a very generic Mr. Beast video, and in many ways it still is. The only thing that's atypical is that Coach Wall dies halfway through the filming of the video. It is prominently highlighted in the video in a way that I find both disgusting and highly exploitative.
Woke scolds. Woke scolds. So Saint said the military is like a casino. It takes overwhelmingly more from vets. It was back. Avery said, tell me why that guy gets $4K a month and never saw combat. But when a lot of Marines try to, they hardly get any. United said, 2. Most of the symmetrical people in Hollywood. What are you where does this symmetrical... Did I bring up symmetrical faces or something? What are you talking about?
Highly exploitative.
Considering Mr. Beast tries...
You're here because I am suing Victor Torres for $15,000 for slander. He spied on me using his security cameras and then told lies to my husband, which then caused my husband to divorce me.
Already... Whoa, this is a 20-minute video. This might be fun. This might be fun. We might want to go through this whole thing, but already, I don't trust her. Already... she's fucked up somewhere. That's my prediction so far.
What? Yes. Okay. So I am here for some consequences.
Okay. Mr. Torres, what do you say in defense of yourself?
I think this case is ridiculous. She's coming after me for her failed marriage, and somehow I'm at fault for it. Her husband doesn't trust her. That's their thing. The fact of the matter is, I was able to help someone out, and they made the decision.
Talking about her husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you talking about her husband? Is who
Yes,
helped
Bill.
out?
The same thing. I helped him out.
Okay, okay. I see how this...
All right. We got a couple new people. Shout out to Denzel. Welcome to the party. Any film said a ton of people that go into the military just want an easy check with no need to actually perform. Very true. Avery said, I believe VA disability needs to prioritize combat veterans. I definitely agree. Saint said that makes sense. We were talking about perception of beauty being a big part of symmetry. Another key aspect of pleasing aesthetic is simplicity. Gotcha. All right, let's jump back into this court case. I don't even know what we got going on here, but I'm interested.
This is gonna go. Ms. Cardell, how do you know this man? Let's get some framework here.
Yes. So Victor and I met about 2.5 years ago. Both of our sons, my son Joshua and his son Timothy, attended the same preschool.
Okay, so you guys were parents in the same school.
I was gonna say already. So she had kids outside this dude. Further evidence that whatever's going on, it's her fault.
Correct. And we got to know each other. We became friends, Victor, me, and Bill. Our kids...
That's your now ex-husband.
That's my now ex-husband, yes. And our kids...
They were in a polycule.
Became best buds. They hung out a lot.
How old are your sons?
4.
Okay, very young boys. Okay,
little kids.
Great.
And one day Victor had a new girlfriend named Teresa, and he wanted us to all come over for dinner.
How dare he?
So we all went over to his house for dinner, had a nice time. He and Bill decided they wanted to go out to the bar afterwards. Teresa didn't want to go. She wanted to stay and hang out.
Okay, and this is your first time meeting this young lady?
First time.
I'm gonna speed this up a little bit.
Right.
New girlfriend. Okay. She was lovely, super kind, smart, funny. We were hanging out, having a good time.
I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Trust me. Trust me. There is something here. There is something here. We will have fun with this.
The kids went to sleep, and we just started having some wine, drinking some beers.
Okay, all four of you now.
Avery, thank you so very, very much for stopping by, brother. You have a good one. The true disciple. Thank you, sir.
Four of you now?
No, they're at the bar.
They're at the bar. So this is just you two ladies. Ladies' night. Okay.
Just Teresa hanging out at Victor's house. So we were drinking a little bit, getting into gossip, and she started telling me about her mother who had a stroke about 4 months before we just met, before we had this conversation. Sure. Yes. Very sad. Her mother is in a rehabilitation facility. Teresa was really scraping together every penny she could to try and help her mom.
Of course.
And I thought, I need to warn this woman about Victor's gambling addiction.
Oh.
Sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
Victor has had a gambling addiction since the moment that we met him. We've been trying to support him as he tries to get better, but he has been through multiple girlfriends, about 4 to 5 different girlfriends.
I'm sorry, you're trying to support me, but you talk about me behind my back.
Hold on, Mr. Torres. We're going to get your side. I promise you. It's equal justice in this court. Go ahead.
Yes, so he's had multiple girlfriends. For each of these girlfriends, he has asked them for $15,000 to $20,000.
And you know this because the girlfriends are telling you?
The girlfriends are telling us, as well as Victor is sharing this with us as friends.
Of course, there's no problem with women getting flued out, right? And getting, rent paid. But homeboy gets a little money for gambling, and it's the end of the world.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But Victor has never paid any of them back. He completely ghosts these girls, and then they're out on their own.
Okay, that's called a scammer, Miss Cardell. That's a big accusation. You calling this man a scammer?
I am, and he can support this accusation. This is completely true.
Okay, let's get to you, Mr. Torres. What is the truthfulness of an accusation that says that you, first of all, have a gambling addiction, second of all, that you are pursuing multiple women in a row off the strength of financial come-up, if you will, and then you're not paying these women back? Tell me that's not true.
None of this is based on reality.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, I do have an issue with gambling.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm doing my best that I can.
I had a feeling that part was going to be true, but everything else she said is going to be exacerbated. I guarantee it. Satan said he's looking for a sugar mama. I think that's the story that she's trying to paint. But something tells me it ain't going down like that.
The court commends you on acknowledging that issue as you continue to do the work. Now, how does this relate to these women and this money?
Honestly, I don't know where the women come in from.
Have you had several girlfriends, sir?
I've had some girlfriends. I don't know, several, some here and there.
Okay, so that's semantics. You've had a few women over the course of the last couple of years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's...
So any film said, I'm trying to follow that in court, that in a court of law, I don't know any of this matters for anything. It's all hearsay or not applicable. Well, I mean, we're just going to hear the case and figure out what we want. Denzel said if a woman does it, she's called a gold digger, but they're ready to throw the guy under the bus just because he's got a gambling problem. It's only a problem if you run out of money, and if there's women willing to pay you money, you ain't run out.
Had some. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so you've had some women. And have any of them given you any money? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is it to the tune of upwards of $5,000 or $10,000?
Maybe.
On occasion. Because we're not going to get stuck in the minutia. Yes or no?
On occasion, it's between 1, maybe 10,000, in between there.
Okay. And have you paid any of these women back?
I wasn't able to.
Okay.
So I don't know what his gambling addiction has anything to do with this case at all. I mean, she brings it up as if it's some sort of attribute to show that he's just a bad person. Now, having gambling problems is definitely an issue, and I feel for people who have issues and struggle with that, or any addiction at that. But I feel like it's such a strange thing that she's bringing that into the situation when he said that he caught her in an affair and it led to the husband breaking up. I feel like that is the situation here, and I don't know what gambling has anything to do with this. Now,
red flag, the fact that she is bringing it up. And yeah, exactly, in the film. It's TV court. This isn't like the most, I mean, this is not a big deal.
If he revealed something to the husband about her having an affair and he recorded it, I don't know. I feel like I would do something with that information too. I think it's pretty valuable to share that information. So I don't know if necessarily it's his fault. If she's the one that did the bad thing, then she deserved it, right? So I want to know, would you guys sue the person just like she is, or is it kind of her fault, her responsibility?
So let's get back.
I feel like it's kind of her responsibility. So any film is saying if one of his ex-girlfriends told this woman that he had a gambling addiction and borrowed $20,000 from her, that's hearsay and not admissible in court. Well, This is not criminal court. This is civil court. They're not looking at that stuff. It's up to there's no jury. It's just the judge decides who she thinks is more right. And these people have decided we are willing to do this for TV. So we have as much legal grounds in anything as anybody on that screen. So you just use your big brain of yours and you tell me what you think should happen here as we continue the story.
To you, Ms. So let's get back to you, Ms. Cardell. So he has affirmed many of the things you've alleged in your statement. So you felt that with his track record of dating women, getting money from them, not willing or maybe able, either one, he's not paying them back. You see this young lady in despair due to her mother's stroke and the financial hardship that she's under as a result. And as a woman, I hear you saying that you're trying to look out for her finances so that she does not become essentially a victim of Mr. Torres. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, she's so kind. She's so kind. Just a girl's girl.
Entirely correct.
Okay, now that's a great story. What do you have to prove it?
Well, this entire time that I was talking to Teresa, Victor was spying on us, using his security cameras in his house.
May I make the point?
How can he spy on you with cameras in his house? Would that not mean that you are in his house?
This is my house.
Well, no, this is my house. So y'all at Mr. Torres' house.
That's correct.
And where are you, where there's a camera to get y'all on tape?
We're just in the living room.
Okay.
So he was filming his own home, and you were aware of it, and you did whatever you were about to do. So far, all good. In your film, you are taking this way too seriously. Two people are having a dispute. Right now, what it's about. We are not asking you to make a Supreme Court level decision. Just listen to the story and tell me what you think. That's it. That's it. Listen to the story and tell me what you think. And we're going. That's it.
I didn't know there was cameras there. I mean, we do have nanny cameras at my house, but
we're not at your house, right, Ms. Cardell?
Correct.
Right, we're at Mr. Torres' house.
We're at Mr. Torres' house.
And Mr. Torres has every right to equip his house as he would like, right?
He can do that.
Okay, great. Now go ahead and tell me what you were saying about proof. I was asking for proof and evidence.
So he has the footage of what I said. And apparently what happened was he got very upset.
Shout out to Judge Judy. Never be another.
That I shared this with Teresa. And to be fair, it wasn't really my place to say, but I felt such a strong...
Mr. Bennett, I'm glad you said it. Okay.
Wasn't really my place to say, so second time, she's sticking her nose in other people's business.
So you were out of line, but you felt like you were doing what you needed to do as a woman. It's all caught on camera.
Correct.
And what happened to the relationship with Teresa?
It's so funny. I mean, so many people comment on the like. What? I don't mean, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be a dick. But what do you think they're for? They're for fire! And then one runs out, and I grab another one. On my TikTok all the time, because I don't really stream YouTube from here, but all the time, usually I have my thing set up like that. And so many people are like, what's with the lighters? They're for fire!
Mr. Torres?
Sorry, I really didn't mean to be a dick about that. It's just it just surprises me that people don't put that together. I need lighters, so I bought a bunch of lighters. All right, let's back up a little bit.
House, right, Ms. Cardell?
Correct.
Right, we're at Mr. Torres' house.
We're at Mr. Torres' house.
And Mr. Torres has every right to equip his house as he would like, right?
He can do that.
Okay, great. Now go ahead and tell me what you...
She said she didn't know that there was cameras at the time, but that doesn't matter because it's his private home. So, well, I mean, I guess depending on what the situation's about to become, if it's a one-party consent state, then it won't matter. But if it's a two-party consent state, and he's using something that was recorded to prove his case, then I don't think it would be admissible in criminal court. But again, not in criminal court. So the fact that it exists may be enough. Let's see.
Say about proof. Tell me what you were saying about proof. I was asking for proof and evidence.
So he has the footage of what I said. And apparently what happened was he got very upset that I shared this with Teresa. And to be fair, it wasn't really my place to say, but I felt such a strong...
Mr. Bennett, I'm glad you said it. Okay, so you were out of line, but you felt like you were doing what you needed to do as a woman. It's all caught on camera.
Correct.
And what happened to the relationship?
Correct. I was doing what I needed to do, even though I was completely out of line.
With Teresa, Mr. Torres?
After that, it didn't end well. You know, everything became a red flag. Everything was an issue.
So she became suspicious and...
Off of nothing that actually happened.
Projection!
Yeah, but based off of the feedback.
Off of feedback. You know, she's talking about being a friend. Can we make the point? I invited them over to meet Teresa. I thought Teresa was someone really...
Well, you need to look at that, right? Okay, so...
Yup, probably not a good idea. That woman you're in court with needs to be nowhere near any woman you're actually involved with.
Back to my point. We'll get to that in a minute. After he got dumped by Teresa because you were running your mouth about his business in his house, your husband gets upset with you. Why?
So after I told Teresa this,
yes,
we continued gossiping. I had no idea I was being watched, and I did share with her that in college, I did have a brief affair with my husband's college roommate for about a month.
For a month?
For a month. Short.
I knew there was some bullshit. Did I call it? Called it. Really quick, guys, if you are new here, make sure you do subscribe. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern down in the studio. And as you can see, sometimes whenever I feel like, and I drop videos almost every single day. It is a good time. Come on through.
Fair. Short affair.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that was short.
Oh.
That sounds long to me. 30 days. 30 days. I don't know any affair that's short.
She thinks it's okay that she can share all this information that he has a gambling problem, which he admittedly says, yes, I do. But then it's completely wrong for him to have recording of her sharing that she had an affair with her husband with the college roommate. The betrayal, that is, guys. And then she's suing him for sharing that information. If you can't handle it, then don't dish it out. This is the clear example of, I'm okay, I can share anyone's information, it's all good. But the moment it's done to me, I'm taking them to court for $15,000. My ass. You, lady, I can't stand it. She's in the wrong. Judge Ebony better not grant her this money because...
Yep. So Denzel said, I have a ton of Dollar Tree box matches, and yes, on my keychain, I have a bug out bag. And the 40K. I don't know what that means. I can post a link. You guys want to join the Discord? Come on through. Copy. Oh, now I gotta go to the... Can I do this? Yeah. Come on through. Okay, that should not be too crazy. But yes, that is the Discord community. 24/7 we're in there hanging out. That is the free for everybody. There is a bunch of members channels if you want to become a member of this channel. Shout out to all of the disciples, and we have an after party after every Monday, Wednesday, Friday stream. We go into Discord where we don't have to worry about YouTube censors and all of that. We just get to hang out and say what's good. Come on through. All right, back to the video.
Because that is a disgrace.
College, we were teenagers.
Well, I was going to say, you're a nice-looking lady, Miss Cardell, but college does seem like it might have been a spell ago, huh? I mean, respectfully, I know it was for me. I'm looking at about 20 years in a minute, reunion. So this was a while ago, yes?
Correct.
Okay.
This was over 10 years ago.
Okay,
My husband and I...
That's all I was saying, okay.
Yes.
So this was over 10 years ago. You cheated on your then-boyfriend who became your husband.
Yes.
And he never knew anything about it.
Never knew. The man that I cheated on him with, Mark... We're still friends to this day. We agreed not to tell my husband. We didn't want to make him paranoid. It was over. It was completely done. It was a college thing.
Did Mark attend your wedding?
Mark did come to our wedding.
Oh, Miss Cardell.
Oh my God. You shady little bitch.
Okay, Miss Cardell. Okay, so you're moving in low integrity with those kind of moves, ma'am. I gotta tell you.
It was not the right thing to do.
It was not. Okay, so but your husband never knew the wiser. You fast forward, you're happily married, you have a son.
Joshua.
Friends with this man's son.
Yes.
Okay, and so now on this drunken conversation with girls' night and gossip with this man's girlfriend, you admit your indiscretion.
Yes.
It's caught on camera.
Correct.
Which, by the way, I have the footage. I brought it over.
So yeah, let's quit talking about it and let's see something. Let's go to the plasma and see this conversation at large.
Let's see it.
Victor has the problem.
Oh, okay. This seems kind of fake. But I don't give a shit.
He has borrowed money from every one of his girlfriends, never given it back. He has $500,000 in debt now.
$500,000.
That was the fakest shit I ever seen, but I don't care. We end this.
Any truth to that, Mr. Torres?
There's some truth to that, yes, ma'am.
Okay, you don't have to elaborate. That's your dad. Okay, so at what point did you also see on this tape that she admits to cheating on her then husband?
So what ended up happening is, I felt like I needed to be a good friend. Obviously, Tina was not a good friend to me.
Everybody tried to be such a good friend. Ain't that the trip? Okay, go ahead.
Bill needed to know. And Mark was his friend. And on the video, they're talking about like, I cheated on him.
You knew that. You knew that the Mark was his friend.
Oh, yeah.
But again, guys, even if this particular case is fake, the fact that, one, we did, two, that we can map it on to real life circumstances just means that there are real circumstances like this.
Because I saw him at their house. We've been invited over the years.
Miss Cardell, this is so messy. I can't even begin to tell you. Go ahead, Mr. Torres.
So for me, I don't care who it is. If that's your friend, you better be a friend. And the simple fact was, when I found out all this information that I heard with my own ears, I saw with my own eyes,
She admitted that she cheated. Yeah. She admitted that she went behind her husband's back, and not only go behind her back, but scheme. Say, hey, let's not say anything.
We both gonna lie. Okay, we both gonna stick to the same lie. That's called a scheme.
Shady.
Okay, so y'all co-conspired rather on a scheme. Now the jig is up, and you being such a good friend. I love how all this integrity came out of nowhere, Mr. Torres. You ain't paid these women back a cent of their money. But now we operate in integrity and we being a good.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the fact that he shared that information. It's not necessarily about that he has a gambling problem and these women, he needs to pay them back and all this stuff. The problem is that she shared information that was going to hurt and harm his relationship, and she's now suing him because he did the same thing to her. To be honest with you, I don't think there's anything wrong with him sharing the information, especially if they were just teenagers when it happened. It was so long ago, right? It shouldn't matter.
They definitely have questionable hairstyles.
That's what she's trying to make it seem like. It doesn't matter, but it does matter. And if I had this happen to me, I would want to know if my friend did something behind my back, not only just my partner, but my friend. So I don't think this guy did anything wrong, but maybe you guys disagree with me. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Okay, so you tell this woman's husband this horrific news that must have devastated him and his entire family.
He wasn't happy, and there had to have obviously been something more behind that, because as soon as that happened, he took off. He checked himself into a hotel room. As far as what he tells me, he's not talking to Tina at this time.
So you guys are going through a divorce as we speak?
We finished our divorce.
So you're not married anymore, Ms. Cardell?
No.
Your husband has left you?
Correct.
And you're now a single mother?
Correct.
Surprise, surprise.
Blame me as opposed to her.
Well, that's a hell of a consequence now, Mr. Torres. You know, and I'm not condoning, I told it to her face in this court. Messy boobs, low integrity moves. But I'm still not clear, Mr. Torres, where you feel that you have the moral authority to break up this woman's family.
To be fair, I don't think that was my choice.
I'm not understanding how that happened at all.
Break up the family?
Oh, come on.
That was Bill's choice. If he wanted to stay, he could stay with her. Okay. That's not my choice, but Bill needed to know.
Okay, the court's clear on how you...
Okay. I see what's going on. She was messy and told his girl what was good with the gambling. So he got mad and went to her husband and was like, yo, this bitch is fucking messy. And they broke up. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Behave. I just recapped it. So we have the lady who used to mess with the dude, and then used to mess with each other, but they've been fine. And then the lady was still hanging out with the dude and his new girl. And she's on video saying, you know, he borrowed all this money. He's a gambler. He's a degenerate. All that kind of stuff. And then he saw that the court lady outed him to his girl, so he got mad and outed her to her husband. So they've each outed each other to their respective partners.
Moving. Clear on how you're moving today in court, Mr. Torres. Okay, Ms. Cardell, let's get back to the $15,000. Where is this sum coming from, and why do you think the defendant owes it to you?
This is the maximum amount I can possibly sue for this kind of slander, and...
Already a red flag!
Well, now let's get to slander. No, let's get to slander, because you used a legal word in my courtroom. Do you know the definition of slander?
A lie.
Whoopsies! Nope, not a lie.
A lie in order to defame the person that's the center of that lie.
Show me the lie, Ms. Cardell.
The lie, actually, this is also probably on video.
Actually.
So after I told the secret, what he used against me with Bill, he was lying about it. I never fully admitted to still having an affair, because I didn't. I had one affair in college and it was over.
So you tried to tell me that he exaggerated your infidelity and he made it a current ongoing affair?
Correct.
So I have a question for you all. If you are still keeping this secret, even though it happened a long time ago, and it's with a friend who is still friends with your husband, is that still considered an ongoing affair? If it just stopped and you weren't having it anymore, and it's not, it's just a secret for forever, then, you could say that, when he shared the information as it being still a continuous thing, I don't know if he's necessarily lying about that, because they both are still keeping it a secret, which makes me think that there is still some sort of co-conspirator thing going on here for this affair. So I don't think that he was lying, but we're going to see what the judge thinks about this.
I mean, if there's, as long as it happened while you're with the person you're still with, even if it was 10 years ago and this thing happened, if it was 10 years ago and you're still with the same person and nothing's happened in the last 10 years, but 10 years ago something happened, then that is always something that's always the other person deserves to know. Behave said, am I weird? That I think it's disgusting to sleep around. What's wrong with being with one person without cheating? That's the world I grew up in, but feminism.
He made it seem like I am still cheating, and Bill was so upset, he didn't even finish the end of the story.
You're not still cheating, but you are still lying.
Bill left, went to a hotel, never came home that night. I took Josh home, I put him to sleep, I cried the entire night. Never heard from Bill for the rest of the week. And then
Well, now this is starting to make more sense because it doesn't make sense, and help me if I'm wrong, Mr. Bennett, it doesn't make sense to me why a man would break up his family and marriage of 10 years, hurt he may be, because of an infidelity that happened when y'all were essentially children. But when you add the fact, Mr. Torres, that you are now expanding the indiscretion to suit your hurt ego and feelings, that you are potentially expanding the lie to make it a current day infidelity where this man is being played a fool by his wife and best friend in modern times, now it makes more sense why he all of a sudden checks into a hotel and all of this and all of that. Is that what happened, Mr. Torres?
I have the video of what happened.
Let's see the video.
I have the video.
I don't even want to hear
Let's
no
see
more.
the video.
It's a secret. When we were in college, I cheated on Bill with his college roommate. I've never told him. Is it still going on? What do you think?
Oh, wait a minute now, Miss Cardell. What is that?
This was just a gossiping with girlfriends. What do you think? Of course not. Of course I never would.
I'm sorry, you could have just said no.
We were having a gossip girl time. We were enjoying ourselves. I have never, ever been disloyal to my husband.
Okay, I'm ready to rule on this. I've seen enough and I've certainly heard enough. So the court finds this. As to your claim, you're suing this man for slander to the tune of $15,000.
But he ain't lie.
You defined for me correctly, slander is essentially a lie, the telling or carrying on of a mistruth of another. You have not proven that this man lied on you, ma'am. What you have proven is that at very best, you were ambiguous with the framing of your affair with this man's best friend, whether it was 10 years ago or last night. Even the court is unclear. So if I'm unclear, this man has a legal right to be unclear and interpret that with the ambiguity in which you presented. The court finds a dismissal of your claim. You will get no money from this man, and I hope you both show up as better parents and human beings. Your case is dismissed. That's my ruling.
Beautiful. Shout out to the mans there. I'm trying to figure out how I get the chat on screen with you guys while I'm not looking at the thing, because I want to go make some food. Is there anybody even here anymore? Should I just go to bed? Put a 1 in the chat if you're here. Put a 1 in the chat if you here. Check some TikTok while we at it.
I just want to watch this one specific movie, but I can't find it anywhere. Well, what streaming services are you using? Like all, like Netflix, HBO Max, Peacock, Hulu.
All right, y'all are still here. I don't know what's going on with... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the chat, so y'all just gonna have to run with me. But let's go to the next video. I'm gonna make me some food. I'm gonna be here. I'm not gonna be able to see your chat for a minute, but I'll pop back in. We'll figure it out.
Judge Ipman don't have skin in the game, so they shouldn't vote.
Jesus.
We don't have skin in the game because men didn't let us have skin in the game. You do realize that, right?
Well, here's the thing. Y'all could join the military now. You guys could do everything now.
Yeah, we can because we fought for that right.
Yeah, but you guys don't use it. I find it interesting
We
how
don't use it?
y'all don't enjoy it though. Like, you know, it's
So
like
we don't use our rights?
y'all don't use it. It's not like you guys want to do a lot of these things. You guys fight for rights that you don't even use a lot of the times.
Like what?
So,
Like what?
oh, well, women want equality, right, all the time. Oh, we want to be able to do everything that men can do. But why is it that all the hard manual labor jobs are dominated by men? Why is it that men control all the infrastructure points, right? Why is it that men are the garbage collectors, men are the electricians, men are the power linesmen, men are the plumbers, men are the ones that literally keep society going so that you can enjoy the first world conveniences you do, right? So you can go ahead and have your bullshit psychology degree or whatever it is that you're studying. So the reality is that men make the world go round, and we civilize it to the point where you guys forgot that men really run shit, and we give you the opportunity.
Boys are stronger
I mean, I don't love Myron, but when he's right, he's right.
than girls.
Oh, Jesus. This looks like one of the Jubilee middle ground. And the prompt is, boys are stronger than girls. There's going to be people who disagree with this, but all right, let's see. Ooh, we got young.
Well, physically, like, for the most part, in gender roles and stuff like that, boys are just supposed to be stronger. That's just a thing that happens. They work out at the gym, and yeah, girls certainly can work out too if they want. But again, it's more common for boys.
Burns!
Can I disagree or step forward?
How are you disagreeing with this?
Who's one to say what gender, like, depends, like, who's stronger? It doesn't matter what gender you are. It matters who you are. It doesn't matter what you were born. It matters what
That's a completely different thing than what the prompt is.
you want to be.
You could be referring to strength in so many ways, like physically, emotionally,
where the strength in your body is placed, like it all just depends, and there's just so many factors that go into it.
And I would say in all ways, men are better. Men are better at being emotionally strong, whereas women are more specific and variable in their emotions. But in terms of controlling emotions, men are clearly stronger than women.
Volleyball, and sometimes we play the boys teams, and we we've crushed them a couple times, and it feels so good, so I don't agree with that.
I think getting rid of
Were they 12?
these preconceived notions that boys go to gyms, girls stay at home. One of my best friends is a girl and she's stronger than the guy.
All right.
It angers me when people are like, this woke stuff gotta go. That's telling me that you don't care about my lived experience. You don't.
Yup. All right, I'm gonna check the chat here with y'all. All right, I'm gonna check the chat here with y'all. All right, I'm gonna check the chat here with y'all. All right, I genuinely don't understand how I'm supposed to look at that without the audio doing what it did.
You don't. It angers me when people are like, this woke stuff gotta go. That's telling me that you don't care about my lived experience. You don't care about the oppression of the LGBTQ community. You don't care about the oppression of the disabled. You don't care.
Not more than the culture of my country. You're right. I do not.
About the oppression of immigrants. You don't care about your fellow neighbor, and that is ungodly. That is not Christian. But
Well, first of all, I am an atheist, so no, I am not Christian, but it is specifically because I care about my fellow countrymen.
The most ironic thing is they don't care about it, and they don't care about it while wearing big fat crosses around their necks.
Yes, I gotta step in here. Sonny, about your lived experience. You're doing better than over 99% of the country. You're not oppressed. And no one is oppressing the disabled. They are oppressed by their disability. And with LGBT, well, taking over every corporation, running the culture with an entire month in your name, and turning every criticism into a hate crime is not exactly oppression. It's called a privilege that others do not have. And with immigrants, I'm an immigrant. I am not oppressed, Sonny. I have the same opportunities as everyone else, and I'm absolutely offended by condescending liberals like you telling me that I am a victim and that I'm oppressed. All of this cuts right into the core of your wokeness, trading righteousness and virtue signaling to look good while shutting down everyone who doesn't bow to your narrative. Like calling Christians ungodly for not being woke. By the way, try saying that to Muslims who are not woke either, and you will quickly realize just how kind Christians have been to you.
White people taco night. We're getting taco shells from the grocery store and
There's literally something called the gringo taco at my Mexican spot.
Are the unvaccinated. You are the problem. It is the unvaccinated who are the problem. Period. End of story.
The only people that you
never forget. Where am I? Hold on. Shout out to my pure bloods. Shout out to my pure bloods. You stood up to one of the most intense, if not the most intense propaganda campaigns of our lifetime. When you came out the other side. Pure blood, I salute! God damn it.
You can blame. The only people you can blame. This isn't shaming. This is the truth. Maybe today should be shamed. But the unvaccinated.
Blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks.
Anyone you came into contact with will blame you, as will the rest of us who've done the right thing by getting vaccinated.
Even at that point, it's like, everybody's gonna blame you. That's why you should put an experimental medicine into your body so that other people aren't mad. Like, what? How did you even think that was a way for you to pass a moral message just about who cares about you and who doesn't? Let's see what we got in the chat while I'm up here. Jaborg, I'm sorry you're gay. What are you, a fag? Where do we go? We were, can't stand it, but is, exactly. Broken clock is right twice a day. Yeah, Behave said, I love when these guys bite back against these used up STD biohazards. Sonny is definitely that. And people say, no, I don't care about your lived experience. Nobody's lived experience, including my own, means shit. Be an adult and get on with your life. Yup. Yeah, Sonny, I forget what lady's naming on The View that just played Better Husband. Yeah, Sonny Hostin is that lady. She's an embarrassment to Puerto Ricans. Oh my goodness, Saint, are you a Puerto Rican? Are you justified in saying that? If she was from Cuba, she wouldn't be such a commie. Truth. Where are we? No, I mean, I definitely understand those of you who, were in a situation where you definitely had to, make a really difficult choice about whether you were going to quit your job or just go along with it. But I understand that, but I still gotta salute the purebloods.
Frankly, we know that we can't trust the unvaccinated. It's time to get our moral house in order, Anderson. It's the
Yeah, Anderson. Fuck these guys.
Straight shot. Alright.
The caption says, men will see this and say, hell yeah. That's it.
I'm fucking going for it this time. Straight shot. Straight shot. Going with this bitch. I'm gonna try to record it. But I'm probably gonna run.
Is that a bottle? That looks like a bottle rocket.
What do you think?
Straight shot,
You
though.
gonna get it? Oh my God! Oh my God! That thing's... I gotta get in.
I have no idea what we just saw. Wait, we're not watching it.
As a black woman...
Shout out to Gothics. Oh, all right. We go headed upstairs. Oh, Morty's gotta pee.
I'm going to appeal to my skin color right now so I can make my argument sound more...
So I'm letting you guys know, I gotta take Morty out, and my self-service has not been ideal. So if I lose you for a minute, I'll lose you for a minute, but I'm right here, and I'm coming back.
Or validated. As a black woman, the black community has an attitude problem, okay? It does.
Right,
it does. That's not something genetic. That's cultural, okay? We idolize the people. We follow the same behaviors of, why is everyone so racist? Maybe not everyone is racist. Maybe it's just you. Have you thought about that? Maybe it's you, and you're the problem.
7 to 6 feet 10 with these steel toe shoes.
5'11", 6'2".
5 to 6'1".
As a short man, never, ever, ever, ever would I do that. That is pathetic.
You have been in Canada for 2 weeks.
Oh, English.
Here is your truck driving license. You have...
I don't even know what that was. Nope.
Don't fucking push me. You're taking him before I can take a phone number from him?
You need to stop.
You need to stop kidnapping people on the fucking street.
100%.
You just very turn away when I'm trying to call his family for him.
We're making an arrest.
Show me your arrest warrant then. Show me your arrest warrant.
That's how that works. Right. That's how that works. Just because a liberal white woman wants to get a phone number doesn't mean that the police need to be like, oh, guys, stop, wait. There's a liberal white woman who wants to make a phone call.
Yeah, because you're a liar.
You're not an interested party. You have no right to see them.
Stop! You guys are kidnapping people off the fucking street!
Yup, that's their job.
We good?
Yep. Yeah, because what? Because someone came over to help them, you have to rush and get them in the fucking car?
No, because they came here illegally.
Lady.
You're being obnoxious. 100%. 100%. You guys have no conscience.
Yep.
If you're doing something right, take your mask off then. Yeah, you do.
No, because if they do, then people like you will take pictures and dox them, and then other crazy people like you will find their families and try to kill them. It's almost like there's reasons.
And unmarked cars.
Oh my god, unmarked.
I was trying to help them and you have to hurry up and get out of here? F you. Are these more people in unmarked cars? Yep. You're trying to run us over?
More people
Like, it's just all these vehicles, just unmarked cars. If you're not a fucking coward, you're doing something that's lawful. Show us your face. Get out of our fucking city. Out. Go find a job that you can feel good about. No kidding. If you're proud of your job, take your fucking mask off.
Seriously. All right, let's see what I missed from the chat here. Yeah, agreed. Saint saying, sorry to be hey, I'm sorry you're worst. To have to choose between your job and your health. Definitely not a fair choice. Well, you are half Puerto Rican. All right, so you can say, Sonny Hostin, you ain't one of us. One of us. Denzel said, Puerto Rican women are hot as hell. I have seen that to be the case. But if you're with one and you take a look at another woman, they will want to cut your head off. I have also seen that. So they would have had to hold me down and vaccine by force because I don't trust the government or the recommendations of the 3-letter agencies. That's what I'm talking about. Gothics is cool. I agree. I think as someone who is not a Christian, I don't love her recent turn into Christianity, but I do understand where it comes from, and I would love to talk to her about that. But in general, big fan. Behave said, lived experience. When I hear that, I hear girls who regret running a train on them daily. Yup. When they sneeze, their Metchy crotch cheesesteak sandwiches blow raspberries. I'm with Bryson. Ew. Welcome to the party, Bryson. Yep, we voted for this. Don't get tased. Yeah, she was close, but she's a white woman. They ain't gonna tase her. Saint said, technically, the Trump administration needs to deport at least 17,000 illegals a day to get to the 20 million who came in during Biden. Yikes. Yowza. All right, let's do a couple more, and then I just made some food, and I'm going to bed.
We have officially reached the point where women are demonizing men for wanting their own biological children. Like, do y'all understand how ridiculous that argument is? Like, this woman says men who only want biological children don't really want to be fathers. Like, ladies, imagine you met a man that was a single dad, right? And you fell in love with him, had a great relationship. And then your biological clock starts ticking. And you tell him, I want a child. And he just says, hey, we already got one. You don't need your own. How fucking pissed would you be with that response? Y'all would lose your fucking minds. You would argue that it's not the same. You'd make a million different arguments. Right at the top of it, that child already has a mother. And talk to that man about how you want your own child. How you want a child that was birthed from you. How you want a child who is part of you. And you would be completely valid in that argument. That's why this argument is so fucking stupid. But somehow this woman, who probably agrees with everything I just said, doesn't think that applies when it's a man. Like, ladies, there are a ton of men out there who, no matter how your biological clock is ticking, no matter how amazing of a mother you would be.
Wait, behave. You are not 23 years old. You've definitely talked about how you're older than me. There's no way you're... Are you lying?
They will not give you a child. They will not have a child and raise it with you. But now you're demonizing men who would. You're literally demonizing men who want to have a child with you, who want to raise a child with you, who want to be the best father in the world. And
they're just always going to be unhappy. They're just always going to be unhappy.
So remember when you were
Bro, y'all don't know what's
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. What do we got?
crazy, and it may sound a little crazy for real coming from a black person, but I literally load my gun every single day for black people. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't walk out the house and be like, oh, this white man finna kill me, this Mexican finna kill me. You know, not that they can't, you feel me, because nobody's exempt from doing stupid shit, but it's just like, bro, like, black people is what I'm loading my gun for every single day, because I'm playing defense. I don't go out and start problems. I don't go out and say that I'm better and thinking I'm better than people, you feel me? Because there's other people that got the same shit I got with buttons on there, you feel me? So I'm not like that at all, but like, I literally load my gun every single day for black people.
Oh, but he's racist, right? He's racist.
Trump stated that he wanted to abolish the IRS. This is
hell yeah.
One of the major things that he was talking about, but I want to share with you how real this is becoming. I want to teach you, help you understand how radical this transformation is. I've been warning people about
I sure should hope so.
August, and now we're almost there, that trillions of dollars are going to come into the economy. They're going to end up lowering interest rates here very soon, and these markets are going to fly. Why is this becoming more and more viable? Why should you pay attention? There's key factors that people don't understand that have happened that are starting to look more and more like places like Dubai. So number one is America created a sovereign wealth fund. That's a key indication right there. Trump has stated that we shouldn't be taxing our citizens. We should be tariffing and taxing other nations.
Beast. Shout out to Godfried. Welcome to the party.
So number one, he created a sovereign wealth fund, which is done. He dropped the tariffs on countries around the world. And in August, he's going to bring in trillions of dollars into America. If you go out to Dubai, they have a sovereign wealth fund. They don't tax their citizens, and they make sure their people are thriving. So here's what I believe is going to happen from August to the back end of 2025, is you're going to see interest rates drop. Trump is going to bring trillions of dollars into the economy. The markets are going to fly. And I wouldn't be shocked that he keeps promises made, promises kept. Because if I'm doing this video today, he just fired 25% of the IRS.
Let's go. But okay, now we need the Epstein files.
You call it clickbait, but people are listening, Elon. You're laying off thousands while buying billion-dollar social platforms, flying rockets, and tweeting memes about woke mind virus. How can you preach responsibility when your actions look like ego-driven chaos to the rest of the world?
Ego-driven chaos? Donna, I've created tens of thousands of jobs, launched rockets, revolutionized electric cars, and made spaceflight reusable, all while you read headlines off a teleprompter. If that's chaos, maybe we need more of it. I build the future, you just react to it.
You'll react to it usually late.
Late and wrong.
So I'm about to lose my job, and this is scary because I developed this skill over 20
Says doctor realizes AI is coming fast. I'm gonna lose my job. What are y'all saying? Shout out to Denzel. I like you here as well. Guys, remember, if you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe. I am every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes whenever I feel like it, dropping new videos almost every single day. Hit that subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss an Indian Jesus live party ever again.
20 years, I just, boom, look at an x-ray and say, oh, here we go. We have right middle lobe pneumonia, maybe left upper lobe consolidation. Patient is very sick. She has bilateral pneumonia. We need to take care of her. But here comes AI, and of course, they pick it up in a second. So now, you don't need professional eyes to look at these x-rays. You just have artificial intelligence, and they picked up the pneumonia. So
AI is, it's like it's saying, it's coming fast.
The only place in the world without time is located on the island of Sommerøy in northern Norway, a little-known place, but one of stunning beauty. Here, there is no traditional 24-hour clock. Many residents...
All the human jobs are gonna be gone. There is going to be a time when a universal basic income does make sense. We are far, but not that far away from it, and so we're not there yet. But that time will come.
Have taken
what Trump's tariffs are. People misunderstand these tariffs, right? And it's explain them to us. It's pissing me off because you got all these economists out there, and you got all these voices that want to say that Trump's going to destroy our economy. The Andy Bustamante says no. Andy says no. The tariffs have nothing to do with generating tax revenue. That's what we tell everybody they're supposed to do. Because if, like at an elementary level, we all understand tariffs cost money. Tariffs earn money. So you got to give that to the 80% that don't understand the real purpose of the tariffs. That's right. The actual purpose of the tariffs is because now, by inflating everybody's expenses, you have artificial leverage to get what you want, because you can say, hey, if you cooperate with me, I'll take your tariffs away. Does that make sense? Yes. Anybody who's ever bought fucking jeans that were on sale or shoes that were on sale understands this. The shoes that you buy don't.
So damn, Babe, you're really 23 years old? That's crazy. You definitely have an old soul. I assumed you were Gen X age. But hey, send them pigs, girl. What's good?
Don't cost $150 to make. It costs like $25 to make. And then the price is artificial. So they can say a $25 pair of shoes is worth $150. But today they're on sale for $70. And then you go out and you buy the fucking shoes. That's all these tariffs are. He's just inflating the prices everywhere to get everyone to acquiesce to his demands to lower the tariffs. You're seeing it in India. You're seeing it in China. You're seeing it all over Southeast Asia. You're seeing it across Europe. People are bitching about it, but that's exactly what it's supposed to do. It's basic economics.
Yup. Short-term pain for long-term gain.
I'm in Weldon Spring. I'm in Yevley. I'm in the abandoned city of Pripyat. I'm inside one of the...
When the one friend who called you conspiracy theorist acknowledges you were right the whole time.
I don't care if she have her gun license, her rights, or any of that. That is way beyond the law. Way beyond.
Relatives of 17-year-old Trayvon Johnson are angry. The teenager was shot and killed last night
by who?
A homeowner who police say was protecting her property.
He was
sounds about right.
Supposed to die like this. He had a future ahead of him. Trayvon had goals. He was a very funny guy. He was very big on education. He loved going to school. He loved learning.
Last night, Miami-Dade police say the D.A. Dorsey Technical College student burglarized a home south of 79th Street near I-95, just blocks away from where he lives. Detectives say the 54-year-old homeowner was alerted of the break-in by her security system.
54. What is a 17-year-old doing walking up to a 54-year-old's home?
With officers already on their way, she rushed home to check things out, and police say she was armed.
She observed a subject exiting the home through the rear.
According to detectives, there was a confrontation and one shot was fired. Johnson was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Hey, what's wrong with her? She did not have to shoot him. There's no reason that she should have waited until after he walked out the yard to try to shoot him. If she called the police already, then why would she shoot him?
Relatives say they don't believe
Why was he in the yard?
Johnson stole anything from the home, but detectives would not confirm that.
You have to understand, you have to look at it from every child's point of view that was raised in the hood. How he gonna get his money?
Oh, it's hood logic. It's just hood logic. Get this shit off.
You slept with 1,000 men in...
Yo, there's so much degeneracy between these two women. Jesus.
You slept with 1,000 men in 12 hours.
Yeah, well, 1,057. I hit the 1,000, and there's still 57 men queuing.
You felt bad?
I couldn't say to them, sorry guys, I know you just put in a long shift.
Yes, you could!
And you brought your packed lunch, you need to go home. Of course, I was like, welcome in. Like, I couldn't let them go, surely.
The devil really doesn't care so much about making
men fall into lust. If you fall into lust, there's always repentance. So the demons, what they really want is not to make men fall into lust, but to fall into despair. And that's the shame that we want to conquer. They want to make us fall into despair so that we stop seeking Christ altogether. Number two, we need to understand that Christ could take lust away.
All right. And my issue with this is that so many people like myself have these values, but do not believe in that as the only way to be a good person, the only way to be a true American, that a lot of people are just going to tune out. Let's grab some from you guys here. Tenzel said, Saint said, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Absolutely. Tenzel said, have you seen the AI machines that are freaking huge out in China digging out coal and other minerals? I have not, but like we're saying, it's all coming. Yeah, I mean, Saint says better than child labor, but, you know, this is a longer discussion. Maybe not for, like, being in the mines, but in general, I think child labor is a good thing. But that's a much longer discussion. You have to come back to a regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday stream to hear all about that. And yeah, I mean, I agree that, the things that these women are talking about are bad, and that if they were living a more Christian lifestyle, then it would be better. But there's a lot of in between. There's a lot of people that are not living as badly as that, who do need some type of something to move them in the right direction, but they don't believe in the truth claims of God, and therefore they don't have anything that allows them to feel that movement. So yeah, Saint, I'll put it very quickly. This is a much larger discussion, but I do think that America would be better off if you could start working at like age 12 or 13, obviously with your parents' permission, obviously not doing, physical labor like that, but, being a cashier or a bag boy or something like that. I think it would be good. And what happened there? Oh, no, that's not what we wanted to do. And with that means that we also get rid of the minimum wage, because minimum wage is not a platform that poor people stand on. It's a barrier which they must overcome. And so if the minimum wage is $15 an hour and your labor is only worth $3 an hour, well, you don't get to work. Whereas if we don't have a minimum wage and all your labor is worth, it's only worth $3 an hour, well then maybe you can get a job somewhere doing $3 an hour worth of labor, and then through doing that, like an internship or apprenticeship, you get better at what you're doing, and your labor then becomes more useful. And instead of the government providing you with a wage to subsidize the lack of skill there, you just build it. And that way, you and I are not spending money on other people's labor. It works. All right, a couple more.
Man, like,
I'm afraid we have no choice but to expel your son.
What did the kid call him?
What?
The kid, the one Luke hit in the face. What did he call Luke?
I don't think that's relevant to this conversation.
Did he call him a faggot?
I believe that's the word that was used, yes, but that's no excuse.
So that makes it a hate crime.
What?
A hate crime. And I'd like to know how many others have been perpetrated against her son under your watch. A gay student targeted with physical violence finally defends himself.
This is so weird. Like, oh yeah, hate crime. We got you. Difference between a Democratic event versus a Republican event. Embarrassing. All right, let's see who's posting this.
I'm sick of trying to tell me how to live. Hating that my pictures on the gram. You better hope I never point the caution. In the mall with her, mama have a problem with her. Somebody call Rihanna, I'm about to draw with her. With the stage.
This is a political event?
He get the wild with it. Put the legs on his head, now he loves power with it. You'll never get me calling these. Oh, say, can you see?
Big difference. Saint, I can't say that shit on YouTube. But you are right. Yeah, United said, I worked at 6. Let me grab, where we at? Yeah, United said, children have always worked to help their families. Indie Film said, depends on the labor. When I was 12, I delivered flyers door to door for $1 an hour for a kid's bookstore. And I'm sure, Indie Film, that taught you some valuable skills about, what it means to earn $1, to be responsible for something, and all that kind of stuff. In Cali, it's 13. You can get a work permit. Yeah, that's literally all I mean. If that's what we're talking about, then that's what it. Just getting a work permit to just, like I said, be a busboy or to deliver flyers or whatever it is. And then I grew up on a farm. Worked at 6. Was driving the tractor by 7. There you go. And so Denzel said, wow, that woman slept over 1,000 guys and I've never been touched by a woman. And I bet you are mentally much healthier than she is. Much healthier. Exactly. Dignity. You guys got it. Right. We'll do two more. So I'm pretty sure this is that Physical 100 show. It's a Korean game show. I can't understand what they're saying.
I completely forgot her dad was there.
No straw? No line?
Yeah, I've seen that. So he's just like, oh, I'm gonna pretend to be a dick in front of my dad. Blah 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 blah.
This is a sign.
I said, who's more woke, Americans or Brits?
Who's more woke?
Brits.
I would
Actually, that's a good question. Who's more woke, U.S. or Brits? My initial thing is to say the Brits. But I feel like there's a lot more just casual, I don't care liberalness. Versus in America, you're going to get so much more blue-haired wokeness. What do you guys think? Saint said, compulsory child labor in the negative sense is when it interferes with the child's development and safety. Obviously, like working in a cobalt mine or whatever. Yeah, that we don't want. But working should be a thing that kids do. Behave said, I worked in a cookie and ice cream shop, 13 to 15. Worked at a facility as a CNA, 16 to 17, and age up to 18, upgraded to LPN. You were indeed busy. Okay, Any Film said the Brits. Saint said U.S. because at least the Brits legally defined a woman as a human adult female very recently, too. All right, let's see.
Probably the Brits at the moment. I think we're a little bit more woke than you right now. There's been something, I don't know if you keep up with the news, but there's been something of a vibe shift. No, this will interest you. Do you remember the guy that used to host The Apprentice? Remember the guy? I don't know if you ever watched the show. He used to be on The Apprentice. He had like, I don't know if you've seen his new show. It's called The News. And it's quite something. If you like cliffhangers and what the fuck moments.
Good one. United, you have a good one. Guys, it is the last one. We're going to find a good one. I'm going to make sure we find a good one. But If you are just joining us, if you are new, I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of Common Sense. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern down in the studio, and as you can see, sometimes whenever I feel like it. Plus, I drop videos almost every single day. Make sure you are subscribed. Ring that bell. Let's see what we got.
The Amish have a simple but genius way to make ice cream.
Nope.
No machine.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Donald Trump goes to Saudi Arabia, walks out with a $1 trillion deal, signed, sealed, and delivered. The next day, he leaves and he goes to Qatar. And bam! He gets a $1.2 trillion deal. Eat. Signed.
How is this funny?
That is 2.2
I will be the friend. We got you. We came all the way back to this chick again?
That's too woke, because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like, fascist weird. Like, Nazi propaganda weird.
My body's composition is determined by my genes. Hey. Eyes up here.
Whatever she's selling, I'm buying.
As for genes.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has for genes.
Should we be surprised that
Hey, yo! Talk about a vibe shift. These wokies are gonna be mad, but that's what advertising used to be, and I ain't mad at it. United, you have a good one, brother. Good thing you stayed to see that.
any company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking.
Fascist propaganda?
Like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like,
hey, shout out to United, gets the top fan right before he leaves. Let's see if he can keep it before the stream is over.
that is Nazi propaganda. I also am thinking about, like, all of the
Nazi propaganda! Buy my jeans!
young girls who are doing their back-to-school shopping right now at places like American Eagle who are seeing ads like this. Yikes. Also, American Eagle is mostly a brand that, like, teenagers to, like, young adults shop at, and so the fact
Yeah, so like something where Sydney Sweeney would be the perfect model.
that, like, this type of advertising is being used that feels so for the male gaze and so...
Uh-huh. Whether you like it or not, I mean, maybe not you, but most women dress to appease the male gaze.
over-sexualized. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like it even a little bit. Bro, and I have
She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it, therefore, it's not okay. Wow. Well, look what we got. Will this work? I don't have any food here, but of course every donation comes with a treat for Morty. And we got the $2 Make You Holla from Indie Film. Here, there's this. Take that. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. He very much appreciates it. And of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. Very, very, very much appreciate it. Yeah, Saint said she's fully clothed, and I like the outfit. I'd wear it myself, so I don't see what's wrong. It's supposed to appeal to women consumers, and it appeals to me as a woman consumer because the outfit is cute, and it appeals to me as a male consumer that I want you women to look like, wait, like this, not like this.
And the fact that this entire ad campaign that Sydney Sweeney is doing right now is incredibly reminiscent to the Brooke Shields Calvin Klein jeans ad campaign.
Yeah, and how did that campaign do for Calvin Klein?
she did when she was 14 years old. That was...
And how old is Sydney Sweeney? Like 24?
Extremely over-sexualized and weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird because she was 14, not weird because she was a person. You seem to be missing that part. You brought it up, yet you don't seem to understand that.
Why are we referencing that?
We're not referencing that at all. Sydney Sweeney, I don't know if you know this, but she's her own woman. See how you can just throw this shit back in their face?
Why are we referencing that? I thought we agreed that that was weird that they had her do that. So we got a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman talking about her good genes in an...
She does have good genes! Look at her!
...ad campaign that is a reference to...
It's not a reference.
...a 14-year-old Brooke Shields, Calvin Klein...
Alright, we get it. You're mad because you never, ever, 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 ever would be able to be in an ad like this. I mean, you could. You could lose weight. I mean... She doesn't look god-awful ugly. If she lost, like, I don't know, 150, 200 pounds, like, maybe you would look good enough to be in an ad like this. But alas, you do not. All right. Yeah, right. Her body, her choice. All right. Last one. We're going to find a good one. But the last one.
It should shake every single American in their shoes. I hate to say this, but President Barack Obama, there is now incontrovertible evidence that he was the spearhead of a seditious conspiracy to subvert the will of the American people and overthrow the United States government back in 2016. We must, absolutely must, hold every one of these criminals accountable for the crimes that they committed. They are the most heinous crimes committed in American history.
Here's why I'm not going to end on that. Because it's all bullshit. There is no fucking way that they will ever can prosecute Obama. Get the fuck out of my face. They will not do that. It is all bullshit. It is all like, oh, we're really going to go after the swamp now. You mean like you were going to with Epstein? Fuck off. I agree that he should be prosecuted. I just understand that he won't be. So we're not ending on that.
James,
what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just being you for the day.
What do you mean?
Playing video games, drinking a beer, having some snacks, just sitting around doing nothing. What are you doing?
I'm being you for the day.
Uh-oh.
Oh, really? So you think I just stand in the kitchen and stare out the window all day?
No, I'm trying to think of ways to start an argument.
Woman in jail accused of killing her own husband, and she apparently told detectives that she did.
Yeah, that's the genes that we should be using. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. You saw a series of side-by-side videos. And you know exactly what you saw, and you know exactly what you think and why you think it. You don't need me to say it. Oh, come on, what the hell?
Some things are moral necessity.
No, what happened to the thingy thing? Give me a Vigio. What the hell?
American flag, I immediately look at that I'm like, that person's probably a bigot. That person's probably a homophobe. That person's probably a racist if they're just flying American flags out everywhere. And I see an American...
I'm pretty sure that at work, at the restaurant that I work, my server book is an American flag. I'm pretty sure that when I got stiffed on that $185 bill the other day, I'm pretty sure it was a bunch of Zoomers, and they definitely fit the bill for looking at somebody with an American flag and having negative opinions. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think I said this in the past with like 60% conviction. I say this with 90% conviction now. Socialists, you should treat them as Nazis. They are just as cancerous and toxic for liberalism as Nazis are. You should treat them the same way. These people are not your friend. They're not your ally. They don't advocate for a form of government that would tolerate you. They would just as easily co-opt your liberal systems to enslave and murder you and your family or whatever, given the opportunity to. It's what they've done historically, and it's what they, in coded speech, talk about going forward. Like, you shouldn't tolerate these types of people if you care about liberalism broadly. If you are so...
I mean, hey, that's like we say, broken clock is right twice a day.
Candace has said Brigitte was born a gentleman.
You were born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample.
By the way, I wish my father said that to me at like any point in my life. And here's what I'm saying. Show the puss. Show the puss. Show the clit.
Show the clit.
And I'm not trying to be a problem. And you know...
One like equals one show the Macron clit.
No, I never am. Have Brigitte Macron go on the Nelk podcast. Show your clit to the Nelk boys. You're the first lady of France. If you're afraid to show your pussy to Steiny from Nelk, then you don't get to be the first lady of France. You don't get to be it. Show your pussy to Joe Rogan in his studio. Fly to Austin and spread your legs for Joe Rogan. Hey, Mom, that's weird, Mom. Well, it could definitely be worked on, Mom. It's a pussy, Mom. It could definitely be, 100%. Could absolutely have been altered. Yeah.
I think people who were not in the military should be able to vote.
So I have a whole breakdown on this that's going to piss a lot of people off. So for me, when it comes down to voting, I believe in earning the right to vote.
Yup.
For example, if a 16-year-old kid has a job, he's making $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
20,000?
15% in tax.
A year. I was like, I thought he said a month.
$3,000 a year. Versus a 28-year-old grown man who lives with mommy and daddy, has never worked a day in his life, has never paid taxes for income, never held a job. I don't want this 28-year-old to vote. I want the 16-year-old to vote.
Yep.
To me, it's not about age. It's about understanding the pain of paying taxes. Okay. So now let's go through it. What if there was a system where your vote counts as 5 votes? What do you mean? Let's go through a scoring system. If
yeah, Macron don't like that. Macron ain't about that. It's a ridiculous thing. The fact that they actually sent Candace a lawsuit. Like, all they need to do to get her to stop is send one not nasty picture, just one regular photograph of a young female child, Brigitte whatever her name was. They don't have it. They don't have it. Like she said, she was born a man. She's going to die a man.
Do you own any stocks?
Yeah.
Give me one of the companies you own stock in.
Tesla.
How much of a voice do you have in Tesla if you're not happy with something Elon's doing?
Very little.
Why?
I don't own a lot of the company.
Now, who does?
Elon.
Who else does?
Probably BlackRock.
Who else does?
George Soros.
Larry Ellison. Some of these guys that have put some money into it, right? Or shareholders, or people that are on the board because they have a bigger say. Who are you and I?
Yeah.
If we own a few shares, let's just say we have $1 million of Tesla stock, or $100,000 or $10,000, who are you? Who am I to say what Tesla should be doing? Yeah, I have some say, but not at the level of somebody's going to be taking it, right?
Okay, so what's the solution?
So what if our voting system was like this? You serve the military for 4 years, you get one additional vote. You go become a cop, firefighter for 10 years, you get one additional vote.
Nope. You're telling me you want more votes than everybody else? I'm good. Pass. Hard pass.
You get one additional.
really and truly want to understand the logic behind this claim.
Friendly reminder that every single MAGA voter out there is a proud supporter and defender of Jeffrey Epstein.
Like I said, I seriously want to understand this claim. Like, seriously, I'm trying to understand this thought process. And liberals are never any assistance with this. Because they regularly, just make...
Yeah, shout out to the older millennial.
...conclusions. They never actually show any evidence to get to that conclusion. They just say something and they're like, well, it's fact because I said it. It's like, that's not how it fucking works. But when it comes to the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, we know that a fuckload of people, including Trump, associated with him, along with pretty much every mover and shaker in Washington and everybody in the business world. Now, however, when it comes to his relationship with Trump, not only was Trump the one who blew the whistle on him, back in 2005, Trump was the one that brought his crimes to light. And we also know that in 2003, Trump banned Jeffrey Epstein from every one of his properties. So whether you want to say it was 2003 or 2005 when Trump's relationship with Epstein ended, doesn't matter. It's either 03 or 05. Now, we also know that after 05, that no less than 100 prominent Democrats and prominent Democrat business people still associated with Jeffrey Epstein. We know that Bill Clinton went to his island 27 times. We know that he was so intimate with Clinton that he had a picture of him in a dress up at his New York penthouse. We know that people like Alan Dershowitz and so many other Democrats from Congress still associated with him, right? So we know all of that. And the thing is, we know all of those things to be a fact. None of this is up in dispute. So I'm super curious. How is all the people who associated with him after he was convicted of his original crimes, how are they off the hook and nobody's talking about them? But
they're definitely not. And yeah, Saint is saying MAGA people were the only ones demanding to see the client list and to list to Trump's comments about it, and then all of a sudden they give a fuck. No principles, just positions. Whatever will help them in the moment is what they believe in that moment.
The guy who banned him from all his properties in 2003 and also blew the whistle on him and was the one got him arrested for his original crimes back in 05. How is that guy the one that's in deep with Epstein? That logic just doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Because Orange Man bad!
I would say, I really and truly say that the guy who blew the whistle on him and had him charged with crimes and banned him from all his properties, somewhere between 20 to 22 years ago, by the way, I would say that he's less involved with Jeffrey Epstein than all the prominent Democrats that still hung out with him and still spent time with him after he was convicted of inappropriately touching a minor. I would say those people are definitely deeper in with him. But somehow, in your brains, that's not the case.
Well, because they're not orange.
And don't give me this bullshit of Trump hasn't released the files yet. Yeah, neither did Biden for 4 fucking years. Yes, Trump hasn't released the files over the first 7 months of his presidency. Biden didn't for 4 years. And y'all went fucking silent about that. So, like I said, I'm seriously trying to understand the logic here. Because what you're saying makes no fucking sense.
But even so, I'm not in a position where I really care about defending Trump for not releasing the files and putting it Biden did fucking pissed. Because, as we were just saying, it was MAGA that was running on releasing the client list. And it is now Trump who's acting like, oh, why do you even care about this? So, I mean, fuck all of that shit. But to say that me, as a supporter, one who actually is mad at him for not releasing the list, wants the what? It don't make no fucking sense. Saint said initially the first comment Trump said about it, I agreed with because the reporter asked him about Epstein when he was talking about the Texas floods, and he responded appropriately because that was tacky as fuck. Completely disagree, but I'll finish what you're saying. Saint says, then he started insulting his own supporters, calling us dumb, and that was lame. Here's why I disagree with the first part of your comment. Obviously it was a press conference. They were talking about the floods, but let's not forget that Netanyahu was there. So it wasn't just about one particular thing. It was a general press conference for all that had been going on in the past few days, namely the fact that Netanyahu was there. So the floods in Texas did happen. Netanyahu was there, but the fact that the Epstein list was supposed to be released and then it came out that there was no list, that is a big story. And that is absolutely a reasonable question for a reporter to ask in that moment. And the reason that if Trump did feel that it was tacky in that moment, that would be fair. It would be fair of him to be like, you know what? We're dealing with this, that, and that. I understand that this is a very important thing. We absolutely will get to the bottom of this within, in the next day or two, or something. But he goes to, why do you even care? What do you mean we care? You made us care. We care because you and the people that you hired told us how important this was. That's why we care. So the gaslighting started from that moment. When he said, oh, why do you even care? I'm so sick of this creep. Then it was clear to me that it's not that he just didn't want to talk about it, but that something, I couldn't tell you what, but something happened, something changed, and up until the last time that Trump was in front of the media and that moment that we're talking about, something changed in Donald Trump's mind to, we've got to get this list out, to, oh no, we can't get this list out. And since we can't get this list out, I'm going to gaslight the people who have supported me and then go on Truth Social and call them weak and stupid. So, no. No. Do I regret my vote? Of course I don't regret my vote. It was Kamala Harris. Of course I don't regret my vote. But fuck that bullshit from Trump. There needs to be something huge for me to overturn that. After that, I took my MAGA hat out of my studio downstairs, and I didn't throw it away. I still have it. I mean, I'm a forgiving person. I don't hold grudges. And I never expected Trump to be anything except a politician, but just a little bit better in the first place. And now he's just another politician. So my mind can be changed. My mind is always open. My mind is always open, not opened, but my mind is always open. But as of right now, he's a slimy fuck who is part of the deep state. He went from outsider to deep state politician. He now lives in the swamp. Still better than all the other politicians that live in the swamp, but that's where he lives. Shout out to Ran. And also Ron Paul turning 90 this weekend, right? I was actually thinking about going to the 90th birthday event in Texas, but I couldn't get the time off from work. But any film said, I feel sorry for you all just because I have Rand Paul, Tom Massey, and James Comer here in Kentucky. Screw Mitch McConnell. Yep. Saint said, I still rock with Trump, but he's clearly been compromised. Well said. Yeah, I mean, that's still my president. I still proudly voted for him, but I think MAGA has outgrown Trump. MAGA has outgrown Trump. MAGA needs a leader, and until a few weeks ago, that was Trump, and now we need a leader. So, hey, it is gone beyond left and right. It has gone beyond rich and poor even. It's about truth, and it's about American culture. So whoever can come up behind him and uphold that American culture and be transparent as a politician can be. I don't expect you to tell us every little thing. I get it. I get that it's politics. But you got to do something better than what we got this last couple of weeks. Yeah, say exactly. MAGA is bigger than Trump now. I was just saying that the other day. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. So I think I'm gonna call it there. I think that's a good message about how I am very much still a Trump supporter, but I am very, very, very upset with the man, and it may, even if he were to run for a third term, I very, 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 very likely would not vote for him or even want him to do that. So thank you so very, very much for hanging out, guys. I really do appreciate it. I know you could be doing anything else in the world, yet you are hanging out with me. And Morty. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. He loves you. And so do I. Once again, guys, that is Morty. And I have been your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, we are out of here. Peace. All right.